Billy.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Everyone practice your growl.
Robert Loja.
Hi, Internet.
Robert Loja. Robert Loja.
Billy.
Billy.
Hi, Internet.
Oh, shit, we're on the internet.
Oh, God. I've gotten a notification. I have received notifications.
I, too, have been notified.
Hey.
I really wish I could complete the surprise from last week, but I can't. Because I can't pop up and suddenly have a mustache.
Well, you have sort of popped up on people's screens without any stash.
You could load up Zoom and put a little fake one on you.
There you go.
Little something.
Little something.
New Jenny
sauce
Nicholson
for the
video
fans.
dropped
Yeah.
today, fellas.
Who, what?
New Jenny Nicholson video dropped today, fellas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amusing.
Well, good. That's what you hope for.
That's correct.
Who's a what?
Godswill Berea. Who's that?
Jenny Nicholson. She does
No, who's commenting? I don't care about Jane Nicholson.
long-form commentaries, I guess.
Oh, well, good for her.
Oh, I hear noise.
Hello,
checking.
Chuck, turn
Godswill
it down.
Berea.
Just checking.
On it. That's a new name. Welcome.
This person's going to spam the shit out of us.
Well, they were there instantly.
This person's going to spam the shit out of us.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Godswill
Okay.
Berea, please don't spam the shit out of us.
Hey, stop
Give
playing.
Peace a chance.
Yeah.
All we were saying.
Give Chance a piece.
Yeah.
Chance.
Got no peace.
Chance got peace.
No,
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
the
left with
film was
lady.
inspired by The Most Dangerous Game. Oh, really?
This movie was just Chance running around with a community chest. She wasn't. It's
No,
just
she was-
It's just a dumb
was-
joke.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I sent a tweet.
Ooh,
Oh.
event details. Ooh, look at that. Hard target live stream. If you're in the Discord, you could have a little event pop up and let you know.
Hey, people should get in the Discord. Unless they're going to spam the shit out of us.
Yeah. Get thee to the Discord.
Yeah, unless you're a Nazi furry, then fuck off.
Yeah.
Regular furries are okay.
Sure, you're fine. Stay in the Weeb channel.
Not all furry. Well, yeah, all furries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that shit muted, so do whatever you want in there, furry fucks.
Do not do whatever you want in there because I
Absolutely
am
not.
watching you.
Yeah,
And I will.
we will.
I will say
He will say.
that our weebs have been very well behaved.
Yeah.
Oh.
They mostly bitch about streaming services.
Yeah.
Don't
Or about
we
some
all?
sort of translation.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bunch of nonsense in there that I don't read, but I skim it to make sure that there's no, Nazi business going on there. Nazi or
Yes.
pedo bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to think of
It's good.
a way to say that.
Yeah. Knock that off.
So if you say it British, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pedo. Put the A in there.
Just like how they insert extra characters into like diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
is
like
that-
diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
It's like oh, he's a
Oh, I get the-
Ido.
It is a dire
I got
ahoy.
the Dia Gonzaga going on right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said La Jolla.
Oh,
Yeah.
La Jolla.
Oh, you're
La
thinking
Jolla.
like the
You're
Hoyas.
making a March Madness
Yes,
joke.
I am. The Hoyas.
March Madness.
I don't know what the hell he was saying. Dia Cahoya.
Vaya con Dios.
Bios continues to your asshole.
Sure. Oh man.
Okay. Person.
Chuck. Don't be so skeptical.
Okay.
They said they're not going to spam us.
All right, then.
Wait, how are you getting a bunch of
I'm
comments?
doing live chat.
You have to change it from top
Oh,
chat.
damn it.
I'm on live
I
chat.
was on live chat and it switched
Nope.
back.
Live chat.
I am on live chat, I promise.
We've got Steve like the bird here, man.
Oh, man. I'm missing a
You
Steve
gotta say
greeting.
what up, Steve like the bird.
Caw.
How you been?
What is up, Steve like the bird?
You've got your
you
doctorate
been?
by now.
Yeah. Steve's retired.
I bet if you pause the video, it pauses the comments as well. I think that's what they do now.
You might-
No, my video is paused.
Oh, weird.
Commentary continues.
Weird. Weird.
Commentary continues.
Hello to Steven.
Steve
Hello
got
to
his
Curtis.
doctorate. He's had an entire career, and he's retired in the time since we
Yeah, what are we
started recording.
I have also
man,
retired.
We're entertaining
Listen.
Steve.
We reviewed Roar before anyone else, and they can never take that away from us.
That's right. We found it.
It's true.
After people told us about it. A bunch of people wrote in and said, you should watch Roar.
But see,
And we were like, we discovered it.
I mean, we legitimately in the wild found Action USA, like in
We did.
in a
We
flea
did,
market
Yeah.
VHS pile with the action sticker on Action USA.
I mean, that's the only way.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
I love that they put an action sticker.
I'm just saying that was the organic one. Roar, yeah, someone told us about that. Miami Connection, yeah, someone told us about that. We did find our Dick at Hawaii pretty freaking early
Yeah, it's
before
been,
everyone kind of caught on to that one.
There was nobody out there talking about fucking Cancer Snake.
Mhm.
Nobody.
Can't snake.
Now that movie's everywhere.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Things have changed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hard
Yeah.
out here for
Yeah.
a gangster.
I just hope
People
we can
change,
find like I hope
hairstyles
there's
change,
I,
interest rates
at this
fluctuate.
point I wonder what's left.
Movie wise?
Yeah, like to be discovered like that.
Oh.
You know?
Oh.
Well,
Hit us with some discoveries, Chuck.
that well,
Hurry up.
I'm sure there's plenty there, but it's shit. Like it's like there's plenty out there, but it's not going to like satisfy that itch. You know?
I don't know. It's really sad. Like the one week it was just me and Harlow doing BMFcast Prime. We watched this Lorenzo Lamas movie that was fucking amazing. Fucking just insane.
Yeah, it's good. What happened? But I missed part of the discussion.
Which movie was
I
that?
tuned in.
Because I remember you guys like I remember
was
you were like you
reading
need to
stuff.
watch this fucking movie, and I cannot and I was pissed that I missed it.
Oh God, was it Bad
It was-
Blood? Bad Blood.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
When did we review Bad Blood? When did you two review Bad Blood?
Well,
Pre-pandemic?
no. I think that was in our first return window
Okay.
before we got locked down again.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on that week that both y'all missed out, but it could have been COVID related.
I probably had COVID.
Yeah.
I didn't. Dodged it again.
I've only had it once. I
Chuck
think.
thinks I've had it.
You might have. I don't
Chuck's just like you had it.
I've had chicken pox, so
I have. And you know what that means.
Yeah.
yeah.
The COVID's already inside you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bad Blood was September 1st, 2021.
Oh, I was not here. I was in Minnesota.
I know.
I was not even in the state,
Oh,
Chuck.
geez.
That's why I wasn't here.
Maybe I was having a bad day. I don't know.
I had
I don't
actually
remember.
deigned to hop on a plane and go somewhere
Yeah.
in the middle of a pandemic.
That's
But wait a
probably where you got COVID.
I never got COVID.
I think you had COVID. I think he took this guy's wallet.
I went on a trip with Jens. Maybe that was when I was with Jens. We went to California and saw the Maestro.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, this is all sounding right. Y'all decided
Yeah.
vacations were more important than the fucking show.
Did
Listen up, Chuck.
you both get COVID?
No.
They probably did.
Jens is going to get super COVID from all the vaccines he's taking.
Yeah, the vaccines are all gonna.
Like it's actually going to backfire. Eventually, COVID's going to be like, dude,
Right.
look at this guy. This
Yeah.
is a challenge. We need to do this.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Jens is turning the tide against us.
Yeah, he's basically creating COVID 38 right now.
Just add them up, roll them.
Yeah.
Up. Sorry, Jens. She had COVID.
I mean, when I can get the next booster, I'll do it. But my understanding is you still, if you're under 50, nope.
So
Yeah.
it's just three.
And I ain't that old.
Three. That's all you can have right now if you're normal.
Yeah.
You can have as many as you want. As
I mean,
long
Well,
as
you're looking
doing
at me like I missed something.
could
You
probably
always
go
do
there
this
and
to me, and I'm
lie.
like, what the fuck did I miss now?
Because you're blissfully offline.
No.
yes.
More than any
When
of
you were
us.
saying 3, I thought you were making a over 50 joke about me, and I was gonna be.
No.
very
I
upset.
said I was just making sure I haven't missed another booster.
No,
like,
We're closer in age to you than you think.
Yeah. When's the last time I thrown an age joke your way? It's been a while, hasn't it?
No.
I mean,
I
you
don't-
probably
it's
can't
definitely
remember.
been a
but-
while since you were fucking born.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my heart is like 4 years younger than yours, but
Well, yeah, I got that Jarvik 7 in me.
What?
I've got the Jarvis 7. It's going to become the Ultron eventually.
You know, the artificial heart.
how do they replace the battery in that thing?
They just zap you.
Oh, it's not like a watch where it's like got
crank.
that perpetual motion thing.
You got to put the jumper cables to like your ear and your tongue.
Yeah.
And I think. And
Yeah.
that was actually a documentary.
Yes.
Jason Statham as a
Yeah.
Jarvis heart or
Yeah.
whatever. Jarvik heart.
Jarvik.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Jarvik 7. Or,
I mean, I'm
Mercury
on record
7.
as not liking Crank, but I appreciate that Crank goes for it in every possible way.
I think you should rewatch the
Glad
first
that you're
one.
on record.
Yeah, it gave me a headache. I was
know.
just like, I
Well,
don't think I can.
It's better on a TV than it was in a theater if that's where you
Well,
saw
I didn't.
it.
I know I saw it on TV.
Oh, okay.
BJ and I have never seen Crank.
Really?
The second
How
one.
do you know I haven't seen Crank?
Because that's our backup movie. You and I
Oh.
decided if these two chuckle fucks go down, and you and I have to go on, then
Go down?
we're watching
What?
Crank.
Okay.
Chuck,
You have a
go
conti-
down.
You have a single movie contingency plan for us.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got one episode in
Yeah.
us, and we're done.
do
Well, what's-
Crank.
Oh no, we got 2.
Yes,
We can
there's
do the
2
Juggalo.
Cranks.
Yeah.
That's right. There's also
No. Oh, right.
And what's ours, Chuck? Like we just do a Doctor Who episode?
We just do
If-
whatever.
Yeah,
You're easy. You haven't seen shit.
you're not wrong.
You
I
spent-
know.
Well,
Mackie
it's like
spent enough time being a pretentious
yeah,
art movie
I was
dude.
wasting my time
Yeah.
watching foreign films.
Exactly.
And learning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
learning
fucking-
true art.
I can throw anything.
What
at
was
you.
I thinking?
Learning true art.
Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
It's like Taste of Cherry. What the fuck was I thinking? Wasting my time watching that.
You know what it tastes like? Cherry. There.
Yeah,
Saved
easy.
2 hours.
Man.
Just let the man die already. Jesus. That's most foreign films, actually.
You're watching some fucking Targaryen movie with a dude walking across the screen for 6.5 hours.
You mean Tarkovsky?
Targaryen? Like,
I was like, what fucking dragon shit are you talking about?
Fucking House Tarkovsky. Their house sigil is a bread line.
Yes.
Solaris and Dothraki.
You have to watch it in the original Dothraki to
Yeah.
get it.
And
Wait,
yes,
wait,
Steve, Taste of Cherry actually
Wait,
is
what's
pretty good. It's
Solaris?
just fun to make fun of.
Tarkovsky? Or is that just Stalker? What is no Solaris? The original Solaris is that?
I believe that is Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Isn't it Reminiscence? Was what they used a full clip of in The Witness? Am I the only one who beat The Witness?
Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, I don't know about
yes,
Reminiscence
you are.
except for that shitty Hugh Jackman movie. Is there another movie? I wouldn't say shitty.
Or
just
no, or maybe
extreme-
it's Nostalgia. I think is the name. of it.
extremely
It's a-
average. Hugh Jackman
But there's
movie.
a scene that like is when you play a video, you eventually unlock a video in The Witness, and it's just this scene from one of Tarkovsky's movie. I believe it's Nostalgia, and it's just like
Interesting.
8-minute silent scene,
Great.
Yep.
and you're just like, and then it ends, and you're just like,
What the fuck was that about?
is there a puzzle? What do I do now? I don't understand.
You got to go match up the place in that world that looks like that scene, and then
Yeah.
do the entire 9 minutes or whatever.
Well, I've been slowly working my way through that weird Alfred Hitchcock collection I bought on iTunes of all the ones I haven't seen, and
Oh.
trying to start with the ones I'm pretty sure are the worst ones first. You know, just to get them out of the way. Like,
Marnie.
yeah, Marnie's next, but I
Yeah, Marnie's not
just
great.
did the Birds, and I mean, I'm sorry, but the Birds fucking sucks ass. That's a shit ass movie.
Well, attacking animal movies have come a long way since then.
Yeah.
You could still do a suspense movie and it holds up, but
that's a bad.
How's
I
Rope?
mean,
Rope? I fucking
Rope
love Rope. Rope's amazing. But I
And,
mean,
and Lifeboat's pretty good too, right?
I don't remember Lifeboat. I'm
Okay.
not sure if I've seen that one.
it's a 30s one.
Yeah, I mean, I just watched Saboteur. I'd never seen that one. So yeah,
Saboteur.
that one's like
I should watch Vertigo again. It's been a long time
Saboteur's
since I've seen Vertigo.
kind of corny, but it's also really good. Like it's just
Yeah.
there's a certain time period of acting that was different. You
Yeah.
just gotta overlook that. But I mean, like I'm saying, like the Birds, like it's actively bad acting.
Yeah.
Like it is basically happening. Like now seeing
Yeah.
it, I'm like, oh shit, yeah. He basically was like, I want to make the Birds, and it's gonna be just as fucking stupid. And
You should watch Birdemic.
I should. I have seen Birdemic.
I've seen Birdemic. We never watched Birdemic 2.
No, we did not.
No, we did not. There's no way that movie exists in the way that we want it
Yeah,
to.
but
Yeah.
Rope is amazing, and Notorious is another one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, Notorious is pretty
So
fucking
that-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ending of that. I mean, Saboteur has a very similar ending, but not as good.
I feel like I want to watch the Alfred Hitchcock Presents episodes.
Hmm.
Like, because they're like just like half-hour bites
Yeah.
Okay.
of like,
They're-
this shit's
he's watched
fucked
some.
up.
They're one-act plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
But
some
they're
of his
good.
some of his ideas probably would work better that way. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean-
seriously, like half of the Birds is just nothing. It is
Yeah.
fucking worthless. It's
Yeah.
just like, why is this happening? Yeah, I mean,
I remember it from like childhood, like on like the Saturday afternoon Fox 35 movie.
Honestly,
Birds.
the main thing I remember is that thing from Universal where it was like it turned 3D.
Yeah.
They show you that scene where like they had some early footage where they were going to make the post production 3D of it, and we're going to show you some footage, and then the birds start coming through in modern day 3D, and it's like, holy fuck! And
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool, but that's my main memory of it, but not that shit ass movie. Sorry,
Man.
it popped in my head because we were just talking about Roar and
Yeah.
there's Tippi Hedren. And
Man, you're
there we
making
go.
me sad about old Universal.
Watch
Because
the
like that left, and they put in Shrek 4D instead, and it's like, wow, if that doesn't say what it needs to say, I don't know what does.
I think that's gone now too.
Somebody
Yeah,
once
it did.
told me the world is kind of.
Oh.
I don't know. Every time I think of Shrek, that's what I think of.
Yeah, like the Ghostbusters got replaced with Twister, which
Oh,
Twister.
man.
Twister rules
Yeah.
because of Bill Paxton in the intro for it, where he's like, "We were really thrilled to be working on Twister."
I haven't been to Universal
was-
in so long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if that ride's still there anymore, but I know Ghostbusters went away and it was replaced with Twister, and I don't know if it's still there.
I
or
mean,
not.
is Simpsons still going? Because that's what took over Back to the Future.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know if it is because I know like they were talking about how the Back to the Future itself was falling apart, and that's
Yeah.
why they didn't bring it back.
Okay,
And I don't know if The Simpsons followed suit and fell apart completely.
but I mean that was. in the
I
Back
never
to the
wrote
Future
it as
movie.
The Simpsons. I
Oh,
only
yeah.
ever saw it as Back
I
to
don't
the
know what
Future.
ended up in the Terminator 2 theater thing. Like I don't know what they did that space.
Yeah.
And then I know the Hanna-Barbera thing became SpongeBob or Nickelodeon, whatever
Yeah.
type thing that they've recreated in like all
No,
the
I thought
Paramount parks.
Or wait, no, it became the Marvel one. That's at Islands of Adventure.
Yeah. No,
Which is still weird as
it's
fuck.
funny
because
because like it's. Have you ever done that? Like been on a ride that they have at more than one place? Because that is surreal. If you've ever done that, like
Oh, sure.
yeah, like I mean, like they have that Nickelodeon setup thing at Universal
Mhm.
that took over the Hanna-Barbera thing. But if you go to
Yeah.
any one of the Paramount parks, like they have around the country, like I've been to Carowinds, the one that's in Charlotte. They have the same thing. It's just it's weird. Like
Yeah.
it's just so weird when you go somewhere else. It's like this isn't right.
And I will say they got rid of King Kong, but the Mummy ride rules
This isn't right.
in its place. I mean, it's just a dark coaster, but it's still pretty freaking sweet. Because King Kong was kind of. It's
King
neat
Kong
for the
was cool.
It was neat for the animatronics and having a thing that big doing that stuff.
That,
but it
yeah,
was,
that and you learn the script and
The technical
Fuck with
achievement
with
of
the
the
right
King Kong
people.
ride was neat,
Yeah.
and the subway station was neat, and all of that.
yeah. Well, the subway station was Earthquake. I
Earthquake.
believe.
Yeah, you're thinking
Oh,
of
no,
Earthquake.
no. The subway station was also King Kong. You waited
Yeah.
in the New York subway.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And it had real New York subway smells pumped in. It was
It did, yeah.
Fucking
Lots
bizarre.
of urine and weird
It's
shit.
no, it's weird like gas exhaust type
Yeah.
thing. It's it's so bizarre how
Earthquake, I
Realize.
can only assume is gone as well.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Earthquake's long gone.
I love that any movies like those. It used to be even Jaws is gone.
well Jaws.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Most of that became Harry Potter shit.
Yeah,
that section
man.
of park. park.
Jaws was the best ride for lazy ass
Yeah.
driver
It's fucking.
doing it. It was great.
It was like if you can't get hired doing Jungle Cruise, do the Jaws ride.
Yeah, man.
But then you get some
Loved
fuck who was just fucking hungover that day or fucking tired
That's what
as
I
shit.
want. That's
Yeah,
what I want.
just
I
like-
want the guy who's like, man,
Bang.
Well,
bang.
I've done this. This is literally the 500,000th time I've done this
Well,
ride.
I think it's also just the fact that it's an outdoor ride and you're in Orlando in fucking
Yeah.
July, and it's just like the confrontation guys were always way more into it because
because they were in air conditioning.
they're fucking nice and But yeah, we would just get in there and like know their entire script and just deadpan it in the back of the cart, just like, oh no, he's cut us off. He's coming around the buildings.
Yeah.
Let's get out for the helicopter.
Yeah, because the Jaws ride was either the person who's done it way too many times,
Yeah.
or the theater kid who's like treating it as an audition.
Oh yeah, someone on this ride is going to notice me.
Yeah,
Well, go watch Defunctland, that thing I was talking about. Like there's one season that's like all the initial attractions from Universal will make you very nostalgic from like
Yeah.
when it first opened.
I remember when it first
Oh, yeah,
opened,
yeah.
and there were 6-hour waits to be on King Kong.
Yeah, because shit was
The first
broken.
time we went, the only ride we got to ride was ET, and we waited 3 hours to get on Earthquake, and then it broke while we were in the waiting room, and they let us sit in the waiting room for the last hour, and then we were just like, are we allowed on the ride yet? Like, how long is this ride? And then they're like, yeah, we forgot to inform you guys that the ride's broken. And we were like, literally the entire room. My mom took charge and marched everyone to customer service, said, screw these guys. We're going up there and we're all getting our money back. So she, I've never seen her do anything like this. And I was just like, holy crap. My mom's like got an army behind her. Like, she's going to start a riot. This is the best. And sadly, she did not start a riot, but
Sure.
she did get to the customer service counter. She's like, we wrote ET. It was terrible. And then we waited 3 hours for Earthquake, and it broke. I want money
Pay
back.
me.
My son and daughter are here. They're disappointed. And I'm like, yeah, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah,
ET did suck.
I think we went that first summer and everything was broken. You know, like Jaws was broken, Kong was broken, everything was broken. But yeah, we did the they gave the tickets like to come back because they just acknowledged it thing. You know. But yeah, 'cause
That shit never happened to me.
I don't think ET was even open when we went there. Like they,
Really?
yeah, I think we had to do that the second time.
Earthquake did fucking break all the time, though. All the time.
There were a lot of
you
things
weren't
that could
all
go
the
wrong
time.
with
You
Earthquake.
weren't missing much really with that.
Earthquake was cool as shit. I loved it.
I wanted to be
but it
called
broke
out
all
from the
time.
audience to do the thing, and
So did I.
my sister got to do it, and I did not, and I hate her.
Well, the other fun thing is like watching the Defunctland thing is like not just things that are gone, but he talks about. I guess there's like entire groups of people that know the tricks of like getting selected for the audience because like almost everything has a reason why somebody gets picked.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what they're wearing or whatever,
Yeah.
body type or whatever.
I know.
Yeah. So he was just saying like, 'cause he was like pointing out the old Alfred Hitchcock show, and it was like there was the part where you got to be the Anthony Perkins
That's right.
stand-in guy or whatever, and yeah, they were like, yeah, if you had jeans and a white t-shirt on, that's how you get picked because that's what the host guy was wearing, and you had to have like white tennis shoes on.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Gotta match.
yeah, because it was always a switcheroo or
Theater mode.
Switcheroo.
well, because like the host would take him out, and then the actual villain would come out in place or whatever.
So should we do a podcast?
All right, yeah.
We have
Sorry.
done a podcast. We were just talking
we were
about
just
theme parks.
reminiscing about theme parks and
Yeah.
stuff back in the day.
Bonus BS.
This movie's like a theme park.
Right. Yeah. Bluest, deepest.
No.
This movie's like a theme park.
Right on.
What?
Deepest, bluest.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm out of practice, man. I really need to get the talc in here so I can go full LeBron on the shit.
No, I don't want to.
Please
do that.
don't.
No, I don't want.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Woo! Episode 545.
That's right. Yes.
I don't know, it
Yes.
just felt like a woo. Well, it is a woo kind of time.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Welcome to Woon, everybody.
Woon.
Sorry to steal your joke, Chuck.
That's okay.
So I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
and what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot jocks.
It's
It's pretty good.
However, there are bad movies. And stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Boo.
Yuck.
Yeah.
My
We don't
goodness.
like those kinds of movies here.
Negative.
Heck no.
That's right. They're negative.
Yeah, that is a negative sliding
Negative.
scale.
Boo.
Yeah. So as alluded with the woo from earlier, we were watching
Woo.
Woo!
Yeah, there it
We're
is.
gonna watch some John Woo.
Yeah.
John Woo's first American movie.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Hard Target. 1993's Hard
And-
Target.
Hard.
Definitely first BMFcast movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
It's John Woo.
But also whatever.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a Jean-Claude movie. If you don't remember.
Yeah. John Claude.
Mm-hmm.
Decorated BMFcast alum.
Yes.
Double Team, Cyborg, Sudden Death, Lionheart, Nowhere to Run, Death Warrant, and Breakin'.
Yes. And break.
Don't forget
Yes,
Breakin'.
the most important.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bad guy,
Yeah.
Lance Henriksen.
Uh huh.
He was in Super Mario Brothers.
What?
Also, No Escape and Stone Cold. And favorite episode, Man's Best Friend.
Who is he in Super
Yeah, I
Mario
did-
Brothers?
I don't know, but he's
Literally
listed as in
no
the
idea.
credits. That's high up on his letterboxed discography.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure.
Is he just like playing Lance Henriksen? Does he just walk in like
Probably. Yeah.
He's just one of the Koopas or something.
I
He's
don't
got
know because
shit
I
all over his
do
face.
not remember that movie at all.
Well, I don't remember him in it.
I mean, Dennis Hopper was being Dennis Hopper a lot.
He
in it.
was. Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I forgot to get that. Yeah, Navy SEALs and another one. What is the other one? It was the one right after that. Is another BMFcast movie.
Yeah.
Now I got to scroll down and find it because Crew is always hidden. There we go. Chuck Farrer.
Farrar.
Farrer. Man, how have we not done Barbed Wire?
I
Because
listen.
he wrote it.
I watched Barbed Wire within the last 12 months.
Yeah. don't watch Barbara.
Man, that movie is just awful.
Why would I watch that if I've already seen Casablanca?
I mean, sure, there's
I
that.
mean, we also already watched Food
Food
Fight.
Fight, right,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he did Darkman and Sudden Impact.
we didn't do those.
I know.
Well,
we
there's
did.
your Sam- there's-
but
there's
but,
some
like
more of
my
your Sam
brain
Raimi.
still thinks that.
There's some more Sam Raimi connection to make
Yeah.
sense of that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, because apparently Sam Raimi was on set as like the American backup in case John Woo screwed up.
yes.
Sure.
And man, talk
That's-
about
that
kind
seems
of
like a logical choice in 1993.
Well,
I mean, that's just a weird choice in 1993 to be like
apparently
top
Woo
action guy in the world.
didn't
I don't
speak
know, back up.
particularly.
Well, no, I know, but I'm
good
just saying, like,
English,
if the
and that was-
fallback had happened, you know, like Sam Raimi
Yeah.
was probably not
Not-
particularly equipped yet to make something
Yeah.
like this. I mean,
no, but I think the edict was probably just get it done.
okay,
Yeah.
Like,
And-
like John Woo wasn't going to freak out on the first day, but if he freaked out on day 45, Sam Raimi could step in and go, okay, look,
yeah,
just shoot the shot.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about John Woo. He was used to doing whatever he wanted,
Right.
and not having to cut things down for censors or basically his American stuff and later not really great.
Hmm.
But I would say like the man, like Better Tomorrow, The Killer, Hard Boiled, like the man is an auteur in that sense. In that
Sure.
he's making what he makes, and it's not like it immediately.
John Woo's like
And-
Aerosmith pre Armageddon,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like this is a pretty good band. They're making some pretty good stuff, and then Armageddon happens, the movie, not the actual event that
Yeah.
may or may not have happened, and suddenly it's just ballad after ballad of bullshit, and they were like that sells, and I could make a billion other examples of just
Yeah.
like that that crossover moment where it's like, well, they fucking suck now. The Rolling Stones did it. I couldn't point what time it happened, but it did happen.
Yeah.
But there was a point in time where he was amazing. Like there was a point in time where the Rolling Stones were amazing. Not
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
you know.
And this is what happens when you're giving in auteur studio notes and you're making them change stuff, where it's like some of that comes through and is awesome, but it's also tempered by this doesn't seem right. Something seems off about it. And that's the thing is like through a lot of the beginning stuff, it feels like someone trying to knock off John Woo. But they actually just said, how about John Woo? And so you have John Woo knocking off John Woo for the most part. And
It is weird looking back when you're like, okay, put some doves and some slow-mo in there.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, there's doves and slow-mo in this. But there's also fake slow-mo that obviously that it was not filmed to be in slow motion. They did
Yeah.
that in post.
Yeah, because it's like a fucking slideshow.
Right. So,
well,
Also,
it's
I
that
think
step
there's a-
ramping shit. It's
yeah.
the fucking worst. I hate it. I will always hate it. Like it ruins the end of Lethal Weapon. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. I think working in a different system, which is what he was doing, it seemed like maybe he held back on some stuff. Now, obviously, some stuff got cut because for censorship and stuff like that. But I think maybe he wasn't going full tilt John Woo crazy. Yeah, as crazy as this movie gets, I think he held back for a while, and I think that the editing process was, no, dude, let's make it a John Woo movie. What do
Yeah.
So they faked it a bit.
Yeah,
it's
and
it's
it's
very
also-
much two different movies.
And it's also famously been edited by Jean-Claude to make it more about Jean-Claude.
right.
than
Because it was about Lance Henriksen, which why?
I mean,
I mean, that
I
guy's-
find him a more compelling character throughout the movie.
only because we never know who he is, like in terms of what his deal is.
Well, Andy's chewing scenery.
yes.
I mean, this is the early version of like what Robert Patrick does in The Marine.
yeah,
It's like Robert Patrick watched this and was like, "Yeah, that's what I want."
yes. I mean, he is angry.
I just wanted to point out you're coming through like extra loud. I think.
I am?
wrong? No, he is.
Oh,
I am.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
touch anything.
No, is it just me? I just feel like he's extra hot, like way hotter than.
I mean, he does look good, but
I always do. I'll put my output down a little bit if that helps.
check your headphone
well, I mean,
meter.
It wouldn't matter.
yeah, I'm saying it's just specifically
If it's-
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying yours.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like if BJ and I are being quieter than normal, then
I mean,
I don't know.
no, I mean when you were both talking, he's
okay.
same
Okay.
same output level.
I'm blasting you.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be like too hot to use for later. To edit.
I'll crush it.
Sure.
Yeah, he'll crush me down to size.
Normalize everyone.
Put a compressor on it.
I'll be louder to make up for it.
Oh God.
I don't even know what number I am, so
Yeah.
that's why I can't even check.
Oh, mine just went out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now we're
Chuck,
done.
can you hear me? Can you hear
No.
me, Chuck?
No.
Are you deaf,
Charles,
Chuck?
can you hear me?
See, the
Chuck,
problem is
short it
because
out.
Your headphone is like wrapped all around the power. We should probably undo that and go over top of it. So let's do that real fast.
What happened?
That's why you keep cutting out. You're wrapped like all around all these things that are generating power. So
power. More power.
Less power.
all around those things. So
More
I think it's
power.
okay. Just don't want to touch these. I feel like that's what's going to interfere.
Plug into the power.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh wow.
Better.
There it is,
Working?
Chuck.
Yeah.
Charles,
okay.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Charles?
Yes.
Charles.
I'm good.
So anyway, I start blasting.
This fucking guy walks in the room, right? He
Fucking-
starts blasting.
He's a fucking blaster, they call him. The blaster.
So yeah, hard target.
Yeah, so I mean, Lance Henriksen to me more compelling, even though it's kind of like you're getting the Lance Henriksen villain guy that you usually get. You know,
He's-
you think about like Stone Cold, it's like, yeah, he's pretty much the same dude.
But that's still a strange concept for the movie to. I mean, are we saying that like the movie they filmed was originally like he was the main?
There were more scenes of him,
Okay.
and
It's 'cause
Van
I'm-
Damme didn't like that.
Yeah, as the movie stands, he's such an enigma. I don't know how you could have a movie based around him because he's.
Well, they
just,
cut out all the stuff that explains
Yeah.
it.
Sure, yeah. That's,
But
okay.
also, like, if you think about if this was some sort of concession to Jean-Claude to get him in the final cut more, there are huge chunks of this movie that he is not in,
Yeah,
especially in the first two acts.
Yeah.
Like, they dedicate a lot of time to other characters doing stuff.
mm-hmm.
Van Damme is just kind of a dude, like,
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah, it's mostly Lance Henriksen and Arnold Vosloo,
Yes.
who is the Mummy.
Not in this, but
He's the Mummy. I like him a lot in this.
He's-
It's a weird, like it's an off-kilter character, but it doesn't feel like it's overplayed. And I
He's
like
definitely
it.
going for it.
there's
He
that one
is-
scene where he shows up at the fat dude's place and is just standing there like a fucking
Yeah.
vampire, like, hello.
Part of that is the way the scene is shot. Like,
Sure, and
he
it's
gets
lit-
an incredible reveal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we haven't really even covered the plot of the movie or anything. So let's. I mean, since we're kind
Yeah.
of covering the technical details of the movie,
Yeah.
let's establish that how many dramatic reveals and or entrances there are
8?
in this movie.
a lot.
Yeah.
Which is
I
more
mean,
than you
that's
expect.
A lot, and not just like people will sort of get a swooshy intro like with a dramatic stinger music type cue, but you've already seen them, or like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
one with Van Damme. I'm 20 minutes in the movie. Like I mean, it's a
Yeah.
good ways. I mean, the plot is getting rolling, but he's kind of talked to the more female main character, and said, "I'm not going to help you," and then she's just like, "Oh well, I guess I'll leave," and then he just gets this like reveal where I have changed my mind, and it's just like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we know why he's changed.
yeah,
his mind.
and then
I
you also
don't-
know
yeah.
like he's going to be the one behind it. It's such a weird dramatic reveal where it's like, oh look, it's him, the star of the movie.
to
Who
me
we've
that's
spent
just
time with already.
that's just all woo shit.
Sure.
You
Yeah, but I
know,
mean,
I mean-
it's even down to like there are dramatic transition things. Like there are
Yeah.
swooshy, there's rattlesnake transition, like swipe pans
Yeah.
and things, and yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
like
apparently
really
there were
dramatic
even
things.
more fades and other transitions that got removed because audiences got confused.
The transitions are something. I mean, they really.
There's
the,
a lot of them.
Yeah.
The wipes and stuff are very dramatic. And also, anytime anyone cocks a shotgun,
Oh yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah,
That's a noise.
That is this is like a loving close up with
Yeah.
just a shell, a
Yeah.
cartridge being expended
But-
out of it.
Yeah, but like Harlow alluded to, the plot is
I mean-
Lance Henriksen and his guys are running Most Dangerous Game because it's the 90s, it's an action movie.
Also-
we've covered a dozen of them.
yeah. I feel like you can Google it, but the most dangerous game, if you don't know, is it's humans hunting humans. Just
Yeah.
I feel like we've said it so many times, but
Yeah.
just throwing it back
Yeah,
out there.
but there you
Most
go.
dangerous
But
game
the
is
thing
man.
is,
Man, well, yes, I'm just saying it's rich people being like, we've
yeah,
hunted
we've
all
done
the
it
I
things.
am
all.
so bored with
Yeah,
my life.
right.
I
Like,
need something
I
better
guess
to do.
people.
Sure. Why not?
Do you think Jeff Bezos has done it yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times has Jeff Bezos hunted a human being?
He went out once, but he couldn't pull the trigger.
I mean, I'm pretty
Because
sure
he doesn't
he's
really
just
know what it's like to be human.
wearing his first kill's skin. Honestly, like,
Yeah,
I mean, I really feel like it's like an under the skin situation, just with less sexiness.
it makes sense.
Less sexiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
good.
anyway,
You
Van
asked.
Damme gets pulled into it. I know, but Van Damme gets pulled into it because the daughter of one of the victims, who is in the opening scene, is trying to locate her father. Van Damme ends up helping her,
Mhm.
tangled up in the plot, and he's never the one who's like agreed to be hunted or anything, like like Ice-T or anything like that.
Yeah, he is not kidnapped and set out on the reservation to be chased down and hunted.
Yeah, he's a loose end that they're trying to tie off.
Right. Yeah, they're not even hunting at that point. They're just like,
Yeah.
they're already agreed to leave.
Which to
and
me is a much better way to do these movies.
I think if you're going to do a most dangerous game thing, you might as well do a different spin on it
Yeah,
because like
do it
surviving
where
the game
the
is
guy-
coming in about 6 months and it's just going to do that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also it's not. They're hunting people in New Orleans because New Orleans is a lawless wasteland.
Well, I like that they established the police are on strike.
6 police officers are on strike. 1 precinct is on strike.
There are no other police officers throughout
parish.
There
Sorry,
is
right.
one detective working.
Yes,
Well, they have parishes for counties.
I
but
know.
the
I'm just,
precincts.
I'm just messing with you.
he's just being an
All right.
asshole.
Or maybe all the cops perished.
Oh.
Perhaps.
I just wanted to make a Harlow type joke.
Or maybe they all
I
decided.
don't like it.
Maybe they decided to Florida leave. No, all right. Too French, fine.
I got it.
Too French. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That was.
but yeah, they live in a lawless wasteland
Yes.
because there are plenty of scenes with dudes firing hundreds of rounds of ammunition and nobody noticing because it's during the daytime and I guess everyone's sleeping off their hangover.
Well, there's one scene right in the middle of 100 people,
Yeah.
and the bad guys are just like, whatever, fucking light him up.
Yeah. It is true.
Yeah. I mean, there's also. I mean, as it's strange because you would think their idea of let's have a most dangerous game in New Orleans. It's because you go 20 miles in any direction, you're in the middle of nothingness.
Right.
Mhm.
Swamps.
But
They do it
they
in
don't.
the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like one of them is like directly in. I don't remember the name of the famous cemetery, the ancient
Mm-hmm.
fucking cemetery in New Orleans. That's
The one where Nicolas Cage has a plot.
Huh? There's a plot there. What? I've never seen a Nicolas Cage movie with a plot.
No.
Yes, you have.
Sorry.
But they give so the bad guys are recruiting former soldiers, homeless soldiers,
Mhm.
because they want it to be a challenge. You can't just hunt a hobo; that's no fun. you want to
You want a military hobo.
right, exactly, someone who has some experience in there. And the way they get them to sign up is real dumb, and it has a million red flags. But for some reason, because homeless people need money, they're just like,
They're desperate.
sign me up. So the rules of this game are they get a money belt with $10,000 in it, and they strap it to themselves, and they say, okay, you've got you've got to make it to, if you can make it to the river before we murder you,
Mhm.
you get to keep the money. That's the rules, and it's the rules every time. And the thing I don't understand is the first guy that they're chasing falls through the pier, lands in the water, and I'm like, he won. He's fine, but they kill him anyway. So there's no honor in this game. It's
No.
just and what Lance Henriksen is doing is he is just facilitating this. Now he and his 20 goons take part
Yeah.
in it,
He's a murder broker.
but he is other rich fucks come to him and ask him to set it up. So it's not Lance Henriksen going out murdering hobos. It is people coming to Lance Henriksen saying, "Can you provide a hobo for me to murder?"
Yeah.
And he's like,
Well,
"You got it."
I mean,
He's
Yeah.
also doing the hard sell on these people.
I mean, I don't think I don't cotton to that logic really. I just
it's not logic; it's the plot.
well, no, I'm saying
There's
I
a
mean,
whole scene
no,
about
no,
it.
no, no, no. I'm saying I mean, like a person facilitating it is also just as culpable. I mean, that's like
Oh,
I'm
of
not
course.
saying he's innocent.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying like he's not. I'm Lance Henriksen and I hunt hobos. He's like I run a hobo hunting service
right,
for
but
you.
that's not
Yeah.
like a market that existed prior to this asshole establishing it. That's
He's-
my point. It's like
Yeah.
the guy that's established the slave trade. It's like like I don't own any. It's like yeah, but you fucking started a market that didn't previously exist.
I'm not forgiving Lance Henriksen. I'm just saying like it's not. He's not a trophy hunter. He's
Yeah.
just like
he's not
pay
the
me.
prostitute. He's the pimp.
Yeah, he's
okay.
He's the game master. He's
Sure. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay,
But he's got a squad of 20 dudes, including 4 or 5 motorcycle stuntmen who just stunt around and menace whoever they're after.
They do a lot of kicking a dude while riding out after him on a bike.
Yes.
And it always looks like it hurts
Yes.
a lot.
The guy at the beginning is trying to climb a fence, and one of the motorcycle dudes just runs his bike into the fence and sends that dude flying.
Yeah.
It's
There's a lot of dude yoinking in this movie.
And not the way we usually
Yeah.
enjoy our dude
That's
yoinking.
the real hard target, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, man, dudes get yoinked. It's that kind of movie.
Uh-huh.
Because the dude on the fence. Dude on the fence, yoinked. There's dudes who get shot later.
Yeah.
Shot and yoinked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Lance
yes.
Henriksen himself
A
gets
shoink.
yoinked.
Yeah.
He gets yoinked. Yeah. Everybody gets yoinked in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll say every action scene fucking rules in this movie.
On two levels. They're either
Yes.
super awesome or the stupidest fucking thing you've ever seen.
Exactly.
No, usually both. I mean, I don't think there's anything in this movie I would call a genuine grounded reality action scene.
No. I'm
No.
not saying realistic. I'm just saying, like,
I mean-
there's stuff that's legit awesome, like stunts and
Yeah.
flipping and crazy dumbass fireworks.
The most realistic one is when he meets
Well, when he
Yancey
kicks,
Brown.
yeah, I was gonna say when he kicks the dude's asses and he unsheathes his leg. That is
Yes.
like that is a legit okay. That's like a Jason Bourne level.
when he
like
throws back his
you
duster.
just kick some dudes' asses. All right.
Well, and he
reveal
also
his
does my
leg.
favorite painful thing, which is yanking a guy's arm over his shoulder and then just snapping it off.
And then just standing there as the camera lingers on this grotesque bone snap.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
He
he
wrecks
does
those
his
dudes.
spin kick into a dude's face, which sends him through a plate glass window.
Oh, there's so many spin kicks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He does a lot of spin kicks. He doesn't do any splits, but
No.
he does plenty of spin kicks.
He does a lot of gymnastics.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of flips in the final action scene. But
Out of fucking nowhere, just flipping around Mitch fucking Gaylord. Just
yeah. Yeah. But I mean that first one these guys try to steal her purse.
Hey, what?
come on.
Hey. Sorry, I just had to
Yeah.
hit the button in that one.
But that is how he's introduced to her.
Yeah.
Is basically being like, you should not flash your cash around.
Right. Because he's poor. He didn't
I
have.
am
That's a very,
Keyshawn.
that's a very good
He
one.
did
No, it's
not- he
not.
did
It's
have-
terrible.
he
I
did-
am terrible at a
Oh no,
Van Damme.
you did a good job of
Yeah.
impersonating that particular line.
Yeah, this, by the way, if you're keeping score at home, which Van Damme is it, Canadian or Cajun?
Cajun.
Yes. Canadian.
Because his name is Chance Boudreaux. And everyone calls him Chance. Including late stage reveal Wilford Brimley as Jean-Claude's buddy. Bootlegging buddy.
Yep.
Who is
it was
either
his-
super Cajun or suddenly not at all Cajun.
Yeah, I think it was his uncle, or supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His,
He
un-
was.
his uncle Duvet.
Yes, his Uncle
Yeah.
Duvet.
Yeah, he had him covered.
No. But yeah, Van Damme
get it.
is he's a seaman,
He is.
and his seaman gets rejected
It's true.
And
Yeah,
he-
they didn't swim
because he didn't
upstream.
pay his dues, and so that's why he agrees to help her find the man who killed her father. And he's like, I did not know you had a father, but for $217, I would like to learn.
That's when the reveal of the that it's Jean-Claude here to help. Like, yeah, you were just in the scene.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he gets a what was it, a pallet of barrels reveal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a forklift it goes in reverse, and he's just standing there like, haha, I'm here now. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
and-
you were always
Hello.
there.
and we cannot stress enough how many slow-mos there have been, even up to that point in the movie.
At first, it was like, what are you doing? Like, is every movement Jean-Claude does is going to be in slow
Well,
motion?
it also
Yes.
the fake slow mo was front loaded. A lot of it was
Yeah.
front loaded in like the first 30 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
I think they were just like, we've got to pad out the explanation of this great plot we're establishing here.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
is a little
random
strange.
lady's random estranged father is killed, and then she doesn't know her way around. Doesn't have any street smarts of not pulling out hundreds of dollars in a seedy bar in New Orleans.
well, she
Meets
goes.
Jean Claude, and then is like, "Hey, help me, Obi-Wan." And
She
then-
goes to the one cop who is
Yeah.
not striking.
Yeah.
Well, she's pretty.
She's fairly striking.
Yeah.
But she's
Cassie
not on
Lemons.
strike.
She was in Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Not a BMFcast movie.
No. But yeah, she's just basically like, I can't take your statement. I'm tired. And then she's like, do your job, cop. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she's like, your dad's a hobo. Look, we can't find people who aren't lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
if we don't have a location.
He has to have a home to be
Right.
missing.
I gotta
is
say,
basically
like you're forgiving Lance Henriksen his created business trade, but I gotta say, like,
He's not literally didn't do that.
no. I'm just saying, like, how do you find, like, where do you start to find someone who doesn't have a place that they live? Like, I mean, I kind of get it. Like,
She tells her where to go.
yeah, I know.
You start with last known address, then you move on to
Right.
the hobo camps.
I know.
You do
I'm
all
just-
the shit that you made.
I'm just saying, there's a
Yancy,
slight
whatever her name
point
was,
to what
do.
she's saying of, like, how can you report someone from being missing if they're not missing from somewhere? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
sorta.
Yes, it's fine. It's
Sure.
a logical argument, but still, it's just like my dad's missing.
It's a bad faith
Sure.
argument.
A little bit, but also
It's
she
a
just
bad
showed up
faith.
and been like, I can't find my father. He's homeless. And it's like, yeah, did you think maybe he moves like from place to place?
right. He wouldn't be in
Yeah.
one place because
Well,
he doesn't
at
have
first,
one.
she doesn't
place.
even want to. She doesn't even want to take the report at
No,
first.
I know.
Yeah,
This is why I know it's a bad faith
Okay,
argument.
yeah.
Well, it was her birthday,
It
and
is
she was
true.
going to eat her cake.
It was her birthday. She was also working through the strike, which
Yeah.
so she's a scab, so she sucks. She also doesn't want to help, so she sucks.
But she wasn't doing anything. She was just going to eat her cake, her solo cake with one candle on it. And then lady comes in demanding that she does work, and she's like, "I will just put this lit cake
It
in
wasn't
my
even a cake.
desk
It's like
drawer."
a Danish. It's like a
Yeah.
lit Danish.
It's still lit.
Yeah, there was a candle.
Blow the
One
fucking
candle.
candle out before you put it in your desk.
She should have been eating that in the break room. That's how you get ants.
It is.
This one sucks. I don't like this cop.
Well, I got good news for
I don't
you.
like most cops.
She
but
doesn't last
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
She's not in it much more.
No.
Yeah, case closed.
Yeah, because Van Damme follows the trail, is able to realize that, hey, the dead body only had one dog tag. Where's the other dog tag?
Well, because
Because it was found burnt.
Yeah, because all dog tags go to heaven.
they recovered one dog tag that's burned, and then he's standing there looking at it at wherever he is, and one of John Woo's birds flies into the scene and lands on his dog tags, Jean-Claude's, and he's like, "All right,
And he's
there
like,
are two."
You over here, look.
And so that's how he puts it together. He's like, "Wait, where's the other one?" And he goes to the burn site and is like, "Here it is. It's been shot with something sharp."
Yep.
And,
And he gets attacked here. He gets a fight scene where these guys should kill him, but they're like, "You tell you and your girlfriend to leave town."
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't just say
They
that.
were
They
be-
say,
yeah.
Tell her to take her tits north.
Point her tits
Point
north
tits
and put her foot on it. Yeah.
He doesn't pass that message along.
He does not. No. To be fair, they were just sent there to send a message. They
Yes.
weren't there to murder,
No.
just assault and
Right.
batter.
Yes. Which they do. They assault and battery him.
And then he gets arrested.
for crossing the police tape.
They also, I mean, they stuck him with they started with like a dog catcher collar thing. You know,
Right.
like
Oh,
an
yeah,
animal
that's how
catcher
they got
thing,
him.
Yeah.
We gotta know what that is. What the hell is that thing called?
Dog catcher thing.
Collar thing.
Catcher
Snake sock.
pole. Snake-
No.
a snock. It's an animal control pole
Much better.
Yeah.
Who would have called
or a
it?
catch pole.
It's
Or
got
a catch
no animal control pole. It's
Animal
got a nice
control
ring
pole.
to it.
There we are. Welcome to my new podcast, Animal Control Poles. .tumblr.com.
The thing we went to after the silly nets they used to have.
Right.
Silly nets.
Yeah, but the only thing this does, obviously, he was murdered, and so
Yes.
she's like, all right, I'll have them redo the autopsy. This leads to Lance Henriksen and his guy and Arnold Vosloo going, basically having the coroner in their pocket
Yeah.
as they're meeting with a new potential hunter, so to speak. And
A new
this
Richard
leads to him like freaking out because she wants another autopsy, which is another really good like reaction shot. Because that's one thing, reveals and reaction shots in this are just top notch. Because he gets this look like, oh, what?
It's clear though that they hired this actor for his ability to make those looks because
Yeah.
when he has to speak,
Oh, yeah,
later,
the
it's
speaking
like,
is
it's
bad.
Like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, because this he was sitting in the background of the deal and everything, and it's like, oh, he's how we hide the bodies and
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah.
But,
Why
like,
he
when-
needed to be there, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know.
When they reveal him as like the coroner, you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
He was in the last scene.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, she walks in and is like, I have new evidence that suggests that what is Mr. Drunky? What is his name?
Bickens.
It was something that loaded. It was like something like that meant drunk. But what was his name? What's her name? What's
Binder.
Bender. Yeah, but they kept saying Bender.
Bender.
Yeah.
Dougie. Dougie
Because I was
Bender.
like, oh, that's a good name for a
Oh,
hobo.
right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a fucking Bender.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, she's like, We have evidence to suggest he was shot with 900 arrows. Maybe check the body.
Yeah, but
again.
they have this like I mean, basically like a shot, two what do they call that? The split focus thing. I mean, he's like completely in focus, but shows
Split
She-Walk in it.
optic,
Yeah, and so it's just like it's this dramatic like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next scene is him just throwing all of his files into the fireplace,
Yep.
and Lance Henriksen coming in going, "What are you doing?"
It's another whoosh, and he's
Yeah.
just standing there with an overcoat, just like. Grrr. Yep.
But yeah, luckily this guy doesn't. I mean, he gets a SAG card, but he's out of the movie pretty quickly because
Yeah, he gets shot through the peephole in
right in
his,
the peeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He does.
And the whole time, Lance Henriksen's like fidgeting with his letter opener, which is like a little dagger-shaped
Yeah.
letter opener.
And
It's
it's
like,
weird 'cause
okay,
he
Lance
even wipes
Henriksen's
it
gonna-
clean. You're
right.
like, what the hell are you doing?
That's what we call misdirection.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't like her very much.
Yeah, please, it's misdirection.
Yes. There's this fat fuck guy who is basically the go-between between the hobos.
He's the
and-
hobo recruiter.
Yeah. He his job ostensibly is to hire hobos to have them hand out, like strip club flyers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he also will occasionally be like, "Hey, were you in the shit? Do you want $100?
Yeah.
Fill out this application. Do you have any family or friends who would miss you?" Which is an actual question that he asks them, and they go, "No."
My department's hiring. I might ask that.
Sure.
Like, one more thing.
Yes.
Do you have any family or friends who would miss you?
Who do it like that?
Yeah.
Miss you.
Will anyone care
Yeah.
if you disappear?
If you were never seen again, would that be
Listen,
an
if
issue?
you were theoretically murdered by a bunch of rich people,
Yeah.
would anyone come looking for you?
We call that being stuck on the late shift.
Is there any chance of vengeance coming back to bite me in the ass?
So anyway, that guy is recruiting, and he ends up recruiting the one guy we've seen twice that Yancey Butler went to see once, and then when she hires Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's like, "There's someone you should see," and it's just the same dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we found your dad's shopping cart."
Yeah. Like the other hobos wouldn't have ransacked the shit out of that
Oh, they
cart
took-
the second it was.
They took everything that mattered out of there. There was nothing in there that was
Yeah.
worth a fucking thing.
There were only porn flyers and pictures and letters from her. They're
Yes.
like letters.
Yeah, no, they didn't want.
Yeah,
that.
they just hadn't had a chance to light a fire yet to burn them.
Right. That's how they end up finding the fat guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But anyway, Arnold Vosloo cuts that dude's ear off at one point.
And then there's some good bits of business with that dude and his fucked up ear. Like he goes to answer a phone and forgets that his ear's fucked up. And it's just like, God.
He really
This
milks that scene because he stumbles getting the phone back up to his other
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's real good.
And he's just one of those actors you don't see as much anymore. Like he's just a good, nasty, sweaty,
Yeah.
bumbling dude.
That guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's always wearing like a wife beater shirt and over, suspenders. That kind of
Yeah.
guy. It's always just like, yeah.
He's like the dirty uncle of the jump to conclusions guy from Office Space.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's like you could see him be related to that guy,
Yeah.
but just even dirtier.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite fucking things in this movie is something that happens to that guy because there's a scene shortly after this where the mummy shows up and Lance Henriksen to menace him. Fat guy's asleep on the bed, just on his back. Mummy comes in and just karate chops him in the stomach. Just wake the fuck up! Hits him as hard as he can. And that guy's like, "Oh God!"
Yeah. And then cuts his ear off after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
But yeah, once the coroner's dead, that's when this guy's like, I'm getting the fuck out of town.
Yeah, I gotta go.
And as he's getting away, Arnold Vosloo's just like, where
Nah.
are you going? And he's got a giant shotgun.
Mind if I ride shotgun?
Yeah, that he's got in basically pushed up against the corner of his jaw, and eventually shoots him. And man, the reaction he has after that, where he's just like, "Oh, yeah, that was pretty sweet."
Well, the effects they do on the car are pretty good because like all
Oh,
the windows kind of not completely bust out, but just kind of like.
Well, there's like buckshot that
Yeah.
comes through the windshield.
I mean, it's
And then smoke comes out of those holes.
I mean, it just looked like it
That's
was.
something I want to know is like how that in particular
Yeah.
was done
Yeah.
as well as it
I'm pretty
was.
sure it was like a controlled explosion. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had like real projectiles come out, but
You think? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like probably all angled to be completely away from the actor. I'm just saying,
Sure,
like, it
yeah.
was probably meant to, like, blow out every window except
Yeah.
for the one where he was. Just this dark directional, ball bearing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but him doing that leads to a long-ass chase scene.
Yeah, because Van Damme and Yancey Butler have shown up because they were also coming to talk to the fat guy. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
what the hell?
With the cop.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is where the cop buys it because she gets shot.
Yeah.
There's a sweet scene that's totally John Woo where she gets shot and is spinning around and Van Damme grabs her and is able to aim her gun, like guiding her arm.
It is the most kind of natural, like, I will take over possession of your gun now, and now it is mine.
Yeah. But it's one of those shots that was filmed in slow motion because he knew exactly what he was going for,
Yes.
so he set the camera up to film in slow motion.
And I want to say this about Yancey Butler, her character in this. She barely has a character. Like,
Yep.
aside from looking for her dad, at any point after that, she is just there to get in the way. But the one thing that she is amazing at is every time there is some sort of violence or Van Damme does something, when it's in slow motion, her expression changes to pure horror. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, she has the proper eyes and eyebrows for
Yeah.
good emoting like
Yes.
that. So.
She is
Strong
very good
eyebrows.
at that, just being like,
Yeah.
what in the hell?
Yeah, but there's lots of that. Like, I always, God, what is it? I think it's actually such a shit movie overall, but there's that shot, I think, in Transformers that always just makes me laugh, where it's like the shit is flying over the hot lady's head in super slow motion, and it's just like, and it's just like that one shot. I always think of, like, we need that person. We need the person reacting to the cool shit that isn't actually here.
Yeah. But yeah, she sells every time there's like some horrific violence has just happened in front of her. She's like, what the fuck?
What is going on in New Orleans?
Yeah.
This just kicks off a stunt spectacular of
Yeah.
Jean-Claude leaping through the air and stealing motorcycle. Like, one dude's coming at him on a motorcycle, and he just kind of perches up on the hood of a car and kicks that dude in the face and then steals his motorcycle.
Yeah. Breaks that dude's neck and takes his bike.
Yeah.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this leads to him riding around, telling her, okay, she's hugging him from behind on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, take the handlebars.
Yeah, first he has to convince her to leave the detective behind. Like, she's dead, gotta go.
Yeah.
They're still trying to kill us, and
Yeah.
but yeah, she's riding behind him,
Yeah.
piling the motorcycle.
Yeah, he says, just grab the handlebars.
Grab the handlebars.
And then he's able to just kind of like sit up, turn around, and start shooting at people.
Yeah.
Does he? Is this when he? No, it's when he's riding solo that he just
Yeah.
eventually stands all the way up on the motorcycle.
Yeah, because he gets up to a road closed part, and then just he doesn't tell her to get off. He actually physically scoots her
He
off.
sort of kind of pops a slight wheelie just to
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, get off the bike," and then just takes off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And never communicates like I'll be back or anything like that. It's just like I gotta go Dad's gotta go to work. And like
Yeah.
this is when he starts motorcycle surfing.
Yeah, he does a full stand on the motorcycle.
Yes.
As he's driving towards a Bronco.
Well,
This
he's
is al-
noticed.
this has also been set up by the fact that his gas tank has gotten shot, so it's pouring unlimited gas out of the.
I mean,
2-gallon
he
gas
knows
tank
what
that's on
he's
his gas-
about to
on the
do. He
motorcycle.
looks down at the leaking gas tank and he's like, "Yep, all right, I'm doing this."
Yeah, and you think he's going to like dump the bike underneath and shoot the bike and blow up
Yes.
the Bronco.
No.
That's not what he does.
No, it is not.
He stands up on the seat of the bike while it's moving.
Yeah.
Shoots the dudes in the truck.
Yep.
And as the bike hits the truck, jumps and rolls over the top of it.
Lands on his feet.
Lands on his feet almost.
Almost. He doesn't
Well,
quite
but
stick
then
it.
he kinda
It's better
does
than
it-
I could do.
He lands on his feet, but he does not stick
Yeah.
the landing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he does kind of a spin like that one dude in Book of Boba Fett, and then shoots the motorcycle
The
to
remainder of
blow
the bike.
entire thing up,
Yes.
basically in one motion.
I mean, just the car becomes napalm.
Yeah, a lot of things become napalm in this movie.
Yeah.
That's one thing you get used to is just like
Oh, we're in the napalm
things that
section
shouldn't be
now.
blowing up blow up.
Yes.
Like if a car door gets shot, that door is throwing off sparks like 10 times more than it should for a bullet hitting.
So there's something that actually bothered me, and most of the time I'm like, whatever, who gives a shit? During this this chase, speaking of things blowing up when there shouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
there are like 4 dozen squibs that go off on the road. That
Yes,
spark and
I
everything.
noticed them too.
Yes.
And no sound effect,
Yes.
no nothing. It's like the film's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit either. You're watching Jean-Claude Van Damme ride a
Right.
motorcycle in the middle.
Yes.
But
It doesn't matter who shot the gun, where those bullets came from.
does
just
not
whatever.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just going off.
I noticed it too. It's a
Yeah.
weird,
And it,
weird
you know
thing.
what? The sound effect makes that work because those look stupid.
Yeah.
When you don't hear ricochet noises or gunshots,
Yeah.
And for how much this
they
gun,
look fucking
yeah,
ridiculous.
for how much this movie loves like the sound of magazines being slapped
Oh, yeah.
into handguns.
There's
and-
just slide and
you know,
steel
like-
all over the place.
Yeah, and shotguns getting racked. It's like all that stuff. This movie loves that shit.
Oh,
The-
for
and
sure.
the sound department especially. So it's weird that they're not like, oh, more bullet hits. We need to put those in.
That must be one of those Van Damme 2-day editing room sections or something.
Yeah.
Like we have to see more of me riding the motorcycle. Look, I'm not pretending I'm good at Van Damme. It sounds more like
Yeah.
Latka, but
Roy's a little guy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
thank you very much. Hello, I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Hello.
But this leads to them, like Lance Henriksen shows up and is about to shoot them with his crazy gun that he has to manually load each bullet in to show how cool he is, and they end up jumping on a train and getting away.
Yeah, you might. Okay, that sounds normal.
It does.
But it's not like they just hitch a ride on a train. They
No,
jump off an overpass.
Yeah, onto the train, which
Yeah.
of course they hit the one with the canvas
Sure.
top that just
Yeah, they were looking for the one.
it's a
with
light
canvas.
fall. And the of course the caboose is too high
Yes.
for Lance Henriksen to get a shot.
He's
at
got
it.
he got Jean-Claude in his sights, and then the caboose gets in the way.
But this leads to them heading out into the bayou where he's from.
Mm-hmm. To go meet his crazy uncle.
Yep.
Not at first. At first, they're just going through the bayou, and at
And-
one point, she's like, "I need to stop," and he's like, "Do you trust me?"
Do you
and,
trust me?
And she's like, yeah, but why? Why?" And he's like, "Close your eyes," and she's like, "I don't know. Okay, well, let's make out."
And and I love honestly that this scene starts. I was like, he's not looking in the right place.
Right.
The eye line's wrong, and I was like, Woo wouldn't fuck this up.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Because I'll say that like I've never seen this movie. I
Really?
heard about it. I'd never seen it up to this point.
Same here.
BJ.
Nope.
Wow, I
Yeah.
figured everyone had
Weird,
seen
huh?
this.
I skipped right to
I
Broken
had
Arrow.
never.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never
Okay.
seen this.
Okay, great.
So
I honestly,
but yeah.
I don't think I knew this was a John Woo movie until years later. Like,
Okay.
John, they advertised the shit out of Broken Arrow being a John Woo movie.
Yes.
but
This was
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point everyone had like discovered like
Right.
Yeah.
they had gotten those Hong Kong VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the eye line was off, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Mhm.
What is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And you find out why the eye line is off because she closes her eyes, and over her shoulder is just a fucking viper. I don't even know what it's supposed to be.
it's a rattlesnake.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
rattlesnake.
Oh yeah.
But are those in the
I got
bayou?
that Stone Cold music.
Oh, they got rattlesnakes all over
Are
the
those
place.
in the bayou?
Yeah, they're,
that one
they're
was-
I thought it would be
everywhere.
like water moccasins and shit.
Well, they're there too, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
they
I
have,
guarantee
they have a
there's
bevy of snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he grabs it by the, gets it by the neck.
Uh huh.
And this is when you get the scene that I think everyone has seen in some form, in some way, where he basically punches the snake to sleep,
Mhm.
and then bites off its rattle and is like, "We'll leave present."
Oh,
But he would
bites
say
it off.
that
I
if
think
he
he just
was-
kind of
I
breaks it off.
guarantee.
No, he bites
he
it
bite it
off.
off?
He
Yeah,
bit it off.
he puts it in his
Okay,
mouth
sorry,
and
sorry,
bites
sorry.
that shit off.
Okay,
But,
sorry.
yeah.
I thought he just.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
And
like.
I
oh,
made
no.
him more Cajun
Kit
than
Kat
he
it
should be
Yeah.
because he's just like,
He's just talking.
"We will leave presents."
Ooh.
Baby kid.
That's a spicy.
And this does lead to one of Lance Henriksen's group of hunters because, of course, our Vosloo is a tracker. He's like, "Oh, I see their tracks. They've gone out here."
It's
They-
amazing. There are 3 muddy footprints, and he's like, "They went this way." It's like no one else could have
Yeah.
made those footprints.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's brought dudes that have paid to be there again.
Oh, yeah, he just-
paid
he-
the money. He's like, "You can hunt this guy. This guy's a real
Yeah.
treasure." And then proceeds to just spend the rest of the time berating the shit out of these people that have paid him $750,000.
Not just that, but his own men who are just not doing anything wrong. Like Lance Henriksen will tell them to stop and hold up and search, and then he'll just grab one of them and throw him around like, "You fucking idiot!" It's
Yeah.
just like, what guy? Like, why do I work for you?
Yeah.
He's a toxic boss. It's a toxic work environment, clearly.
Yeah.
But one of the hunters that he's brought along hits the trap that Van Damme has set. That snake bites that dude in the face, and Lance Henriksen just gets pissed about it.
Yeah,
They don't make a big deal about it, but part of the trap was that it didn't make a noise. It just dropped out of a tree because sands rattled, but they didn't really like point that out or anything.
No.
Like I feel like somebody should have picked up and be like, son of a bitch. You know?
I mean, he knew it was.
Yeah.
He knew it was.
Well, no, they just had to
well.
get a cool shot of Lance Henriksen blowing that snake's face the fuck up.
That's true.
Yeah. And then he crushes that man's clavicle. Like, he
Yeah, he
sort of
just stomps
crushes
on
his
him.
neck to death. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like, well, fuck this guy.
Why don't you die faster?
Yeah.
Shut up and die faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was done anyway.
Sure, yeah. He got bit in the face.
He
by
got
a
poisoned
snake.
in the face.
Yeah, he got face poisoned.
Yep. Yeah. But meanwhile, they've finally met up with Wilford Brimley, who, when they introduce him, they're like, all right, Cajun Swamp Man,
Mm-hmm.
throw me all your cliches in one scene.
Mustache, moonshine, weird hat,
Unintelligible
Overweight.
speech.
unintelligible speech.
Yeah.
And just sipping out the still going, oh, I go.
Yeah. He's
Good moonshine.
That's
Make a jackrabbit jump up and
Yeah, I was gonna
snap a
say
gator.
you forgot the nonsense idioms.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like when he's outside, it is so thick, and he gets inside, and it's just Wilford Brimley talking, and you're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yes.
Because later on, he doesn't fuck up the accent. But
No.
But yes, we
Somewhere along
he's
the way,
able
he
to
probably
give.
remembered what movie he was in and is like, what am I doing?
Yeah, but he's able to give Van Damme Old Dusty, which is just a shotgun that's just coated in
I
dust.
named it that. It was never
I know.
called that.
I know.
Yeah, it's just a metal stock shotgun.
Well, he asks him for one gun, and then he says something like, "Oh, a gator ate that." And he's
Yeah,
like,
he says, "Do you still have the 30-06 I gave
Yeah.
you for your birthday?" He's like, "No, dang old gator, doggone ate that right off, miss. Woo. But I still got that shotgun up
just
in the
doing
attic."
Cajun, man.
Yes,
That's all you have to do for
I
a
know.
Cajun accent. It's just
it
Cajun. man.
is.
Yeah, but yeah, he does pull out Old Dusty, and he's like, "Here," and this leads to
Confrontation.
more close-up shotgun loading, and
Yeah.
yeah. They act like, "Oh my god, it's the shotgun," and it's just like, yeah, it's a
It's
shotgun.
just a
He's
shotgun.
he's had
This
one.
movie
in this
loves shotguns.
Yeah.
So anytime one comes on screen, it's got to have a
Yes.
sexy montage.
But
I mean,
I
it is a kind of cool one. I mean, it is
It's like a stainless steel.
Yeah, it's a stainless
yeah.
steel.
Sure.
Like, what do they call
cool.
that?
I do
Nautical or
appreciate,
whatever.
though.
Marine.
Marine, there you go.
Yeah. Late stage though, when he's confronting Lance Henriksen is like, that gun is useless in this situation, you fucking
Yeah.
idiot. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
They do call it out. It's just like, you can't really solve this with a shotgun. Solves a lot of other problems.
I mean,
But-
you could have, just probably not well.
No,
for
no.
her,
It would
anyway.
have, yeah.
Yeah, but they all know that they're coming. So Van Damme takes off one direction, and then
On
Wilford
horse.
Brimley and Yancey Butler decide to go
Their
the
job
other direction.
is to,
distract.
they are to split up, and those two are supposed to go get help. That should be the last time we see them. They go get help.
Nah.
Well, it's
but-
the last time you see him until all the cops and ambulances arrive for the end of the movie.
Right.
'cause that's how you end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
no.
But no.
But he lingers
We get
outside.
something better.
Yeah, because he lingers outside his house for a little while.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to shoot that dude with an arrow. And
Yeah, because Lance Henriksen and the entire team, they all show up like doing, stunting in their Jeeps.
well,
and their-
one dude runs up into the house and just shoots it up.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, they're in there. And he's just like, no, they're not in there. There's nobody here. So Wilford Brimley is just off beyond the tree line and shoots an arrow that just misses Lance Henriksen. Like, I
Lance
don't know.
Henriksen dodges it.
Yes. Like
Like,
I don't
he
know
somehow
how he
knows it's
yeah,
coming.
He's just like, whoa.
But at least he went for the leader.
Yes.
He was trying to cut
Oh,
the
yeah.
head off the snake.
End
so
this.
good on you, Wilford Brimley.
But he was aiming at his still.
Yep.
Because that's where the trap is.
Yep.
So the still explodes, and a couple of dudes get their tickets to Burning Man.
Yeah.
And then this just lights fuses.
And then it was their time to shine.
Yes.
And I got to say, like, it's not the best explosion when they blow up the shack. It's good, but it's not the best.
It's a good
It's a-
dry explosion.
It's a dangerous looking explosion. Yeah.
That's the thing. But I was about to say the thing about it
Well, the
is
problem
like,
is that it was a dry explosion because it was in a dry parish.
Right.
yeah, but like Lance Henriksen and Arnold Vosloo are in this scene
Yeah.
in front of this thing blowing up and
Yes.
reacting to it and like arguing with each other, like as stuff is floating down right in front of them, and it's like, shit, man, that
It's also one of those that you probably only get one or maybe two takes.
Yeah.
Like you might have another shack that you can roll in and blow up, but
Yeah.
They probably were like, please, one take,
please don't fuck
this
this
up.
up.
But
Yeah.
not only do we get that, which is like, holy shit, like they blew that thing up right by them, but they also get the shot of Wilford Brimley riding the horse out of it,
Yes.
holding
With
his bow up in the air,
Yeah.
hooting and hollering.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
All Wilford Brimley's horse scenes are pretty
Yeah.
good.
It seemed like the shots of Lance Henriksen. It seemed like the human was displeased with the outcome of that stunt.
I think he was.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I mean, it just seemed like one of those like, fuck, like kind of shots. 'Cause
Yeah.
it seemed like he almost broke character, and then was like, "Oh, you didn't call cut."
He does kind of trot away a little bit,
yeah,
like
Jesus.
yeah, like you went too soon there.
It's sort of like the I mean, fuck James Woods, but the James Woods scene in Vampire where he almost got his ear blown out. You
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Yes.
similar like Jesus.
Yeah. Yep, but of course Vosloo's like, don't follow them. They're not who we want. We want Van Damme.
Yeah. And Lance Henriksen's like, go get the chopper.
Yeah.
And the mummy is like, cool, I'll kill him from the chopper. He's like, don't you dare. That's for pussies.
Yeah.
We'll take care of him down here. And he's like,
And
come on, I really want to shoot him from a
well,
helicopter.
no, he's like, it's going to be the easiest way to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like, because he's the only one who maintains the perspective of like, if we just fucking kill this guy,
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, let's not
Whereas
toy with
Lance
him.
Henriksen is like, no, we have to kill him on the ground or
Right.
it's not any fun.
Has
You
to
know,
be
like,
honorable.
yeah.
Well, he's also he's the one who's like keeps going after him. Is like, are you not professional and all this
Yeah.
stuff? And it's just like, bitch, you're the one who's like all emotionally invested in killing
Yeah.
this guy now. Just
Yeah, he's
let me
like-
shoot him and it'll be over.
He's the guy who can call out the bad guy
Yeah.
for being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I just appreciate that there's a character there who has perspective, and he's just like,
Yeah.
we could leave. We could be in Mexico in 5 hours.
We could win. We can
Yeah.
both win.
Let's just go. Like, who gives a shit about this guy? And he's not wrong.
No.
I don't like. I'm not. I promise you, I am not trying to interject anything that is not in the movie. But knowing that there's a whole lot more story, especially involving Lance Henriksen's story or character, it seems to me that there is a special relationship between those two. I'm just saying, like they seem like they might possibly live together, and there's like all these weird scenes of like Lance Henriksen playing piano, and they just kind of seem like they have a little bit more of like a lover's quarrel about everything. I mean, I'm not trying to interject things that aren't
There's
there.
some chemistry
Yeah,
there.
there's kind of like a hey, I'm trying to pull you back from doing something stupid, dear.
I
kind of
would
mentality
agree
to
with
it.
that, but the time and John Woo's characters all are not, to me, like they have like this bro code thing in so many of his Hong Kong movies that a lot of people are like, wow, that's really homoerotic, but I don't think it's ever intended that way.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
don't-
think of it like that. I mean, there are just eccentricities about this character
Yeah.
that it seems like they're basically saying.
Yeah, and it can
Yeah.
certainly be read that way, but I just
Yeah.
I personally, when I look at it, I'm like, probably not, only because like,
well, maybe not too. I mean,
and it's another thing like knowing how much control got jerked around with him.
sure. I'm just saying, it felt like
Yeah.
maybe somewhere in the DNA that was an idea. Like
Yeah.
that was like.
I mean, and that wouldn't.
yeah, there's just too many like
you
kind
could
of
be right as well, and I could be way
unusual-
off.
I mean, they would be cliched, but there's sort of like Liberace-esque tendencies that
Yeah.
the Lance Henriksen character has. I mean, he has this weird single shot blunderbuss and stuff. He has this
Yeah.
magnificent grand piano, all these things, and it's like
He's a fancy man.
He just
he's
appreciates
he's
the finer
I mean,
things. And also killing people.
also, you could just say that's what we were doing with bad guys at the time. I mean,
Yeah.
just make them.
I mean, this movie does have sort of a streak of Van Damme insulting people by saying, "Hey, what are you and your boyfriend up to?" You
feel
know,
like he did
that kind of
one
thing.
time, yeah.
No, it's 2 or 3
He did?
times. He
Okay.
says it. Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
times because he
Alright.
says it to Lance Henriksen too. Maybe that was,
Yeah.
Who kn-
Well,
I don't
either
know.
way, the two of them work together really well. Like I like their dynamic quite a bit.
yes.
But yeah, he's the guy who's like, let's just not do this.
Yeah.
And Henriksen's like, no, we're committed, man. We're
Yeah.
doing this.
I do like that he had. I mean, Boslow's character is. It's okay. He doesn't have a lot of depth going on, but I do like there is one line he throws back, and it is like the "I'm going to go be professional about it" line, basically throwing back like you're not being professional. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to go do this. Like I gave you a chance to just shoot him from the chopper, nice
Yeah.
and easy, would be done.
Yeah, and what they do is I don't know how they didn't harm this horse with the stunt they did, because they blow some shit up right next to that horse. And then the horse does a stunt fall, but it looks like not a stunt fall. It looks like a painful fall.
Every stunt fall on a horse looks like the worst thing.
Yeah.
I have to just every time I go with it says the American Humane Society was or we're there to monitor it, and I have to just trust that because like you can't explain to a horse that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna blow some shit up
Yeah.
right next to you.
And we're gonna fucking knock you on your ass. Like horse, that's not a natural position for a horse to be in ever.
No.
And it always looks
Not
like the
from
worst
mid-gallop
possible.
either.
Yeah, the worst possible thing. And for like a while, it was hard for me to watch like westerns and stuff because they were just always just yanking the shit out of these horses, and I'm just like, guys, this one looks bad, and to the point where you don't even see that horse again.
Yeah.
The assumption is horse dead.
Well, I mean, we were mid watching it. I was like, I thought they had banned that move because I mean, it's the front tuck and roll for horses. You know, the one they actually used to just fucking put a line there and literally break their legs. I mean,
Jesus.
I mean, I'm saying they used to do awful shit like that, like put clear line and just have them take their legs out from underneath them and shit. But I mean, they taught horses how to do it. It still was like extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought they like outlawed that move a long time before this movie. But anyway,
But we don't know because that horse is gone, and Van Damme is like, I'm on foot.
Yeah. And he ends up going to it looks like a abandoned factory because it's also the 90s, and that's where you end up.
It's just a bunch of gears and
Yeah.
tools and crazy. We don't get to the crazy room at first, but the first it looked like it was like, is this going to turn into a foundry? Like it just seems like it's coming.
It's absolutely a foundry. I remember as soon as they like, so there's they corner him in this foundry thing, but one dude who has a grenade launcher or some kind of big blunderbuss type thing blows a fucking hole in the wall, and
Huge hole.
and it ends up there in like the Mardi Gras float graveyard, and he says something like that. He says that to Wilford Brimley, like, I'm going to take him down by the bayou and over here by the river, and I'll end up at the end up over here at the Mardi Gras graveyard.
However, there's one thing that happens before that wall gets blown open.
Yep.
Sorry.
Where he takes out one of these dudes on a motorcycle who shoots a bird, and you don't do that in a John Woo movie.
And not the middle finger. He
Yeah,
he shoots an actual
he
bird.
shoots a pigeon who has crapped on him.
Pigeon has crapped on him, and he's like, "Fuck you, pigeon."
Yeah.
That's good luck, by the way.
And man,
Not
so
for that guy.
and this is one of those full slow-mo things. Van Damme has an open gas can that he kicks at the guy, and as it's in midair and the guy's about to shoot at him, he shoots the gas can with his super shotgun, which explodes and blows that man and his dirt bike through
Through a wall,
through
right?
the window.
Through a window, yeah.
It defenestrates them, flaming defenestration
Yes,
through this window,
intact. Like the man
Intact.
stays on the motorcycle.
and is still on there when it lands outside. It's really good.
It's
Very good.
ridiculously good. Like
It is what you want. You want this stupid, like, it's the stupid shit that we're like, man, I wish that had happened in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's the stupid shit is actually happening in this movie.
Yeah, it is. Like, and the
Yeah.
rest of this movie is all of it. Like every possible opportunity is like, what's the stupidest thing that can happen here? Oh, that they're doing it.
Yeah. And so they blow the hole in the wall after that because they're like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy. We're going to go come in and kill him.
Right. I think the guy that shot the hole in the wall is the one that was using a street sweeper, which is like
Yeah.
notoriously theoretically dangerous, but also really shitty shotgun.
Yeah.
But the whole movie, it's super powered, and
Yeah.
he like that guy got the gun upgrade way early in the video game that is this movie, but everybody else like cashed in all their coins to get their
It's funny.
to get
All,
their
all
gun
I'm thinking
upgrades.
about is those little things from Contra that and like
Yes,
it's
yeah,
just like getting those and
he
like
lucked
one
out.
guy
Pretty
one
much
guy gets the
exactly that.
spread.
Yeah, he got the
little-
spread
little
twice.
wings
gets
or
the
whatever.
laser,
Yeah. But yeah, everybody cashes in their coins for their gun upgrades.
I think that was supposed to be shotgun too. I
Because-
don't know, but I always said spread. Yeah.
Shotgun. Yeah,
I just think
okay.
S was supposed to be, but I don't know.
We all called it spread.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But yeah, because everybody's guns blow up everything now. Either that or somehow all of these floats are made out of like nitrocellulose paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they reveal like they are in the parade float graveyard.
And it's fucking it's terrifying.
It's,
to
it's,
do.
it's back when they made Mardi Gras floats out of silver nitrate.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, man, the DP, they had to walk in that room and be like, here's what you're shooting today. And he had to be like, fuck me and everything I've done up to this point that made me end up here. Because I can't imagine shooting this. Because it's shot from dozens of angles. It's chaos in this room. It's just, there's no other way to describe it. It's visual chaos.
It's constant running and jumping and flipping and shooting and
And all of these Mardi Gras floats
Some climbing up trees.
all over the place.
Lance Henriksen gets set on fire at one point
Yeah.
and just
Shrugs it off.
is so pissed that it happened. Like his jacket is on fire basically, but it is swirling around his face. Like he's obviously got the fire retardant stuff on, but it's still like this is super dangerous.
According to the trivia, he didn't realize it was on fire at first.
Oh, okay.
And everyone else didn't realize that they were still shooting. And that's why he yanks the jacket off and yells, "What am I paying you guys for?
Oh,
Go fucking do something."
okay. So he improvised a
Yes.
in-universe line when he
Yes.
should have just said, "I'm going to kill you,
Said,
John Woo."
"I'm on fire. What the fuck?" That's why you hire Lance Henriksen.
Okay, well,
Yeah. But the way Van Damme enters the scene, we got to talk about how he enters the scene.
okay,
He is riding a pelican paper mache thing,
man.
coming down from the ceiling and just shooting everyone and murdering everyone as this thing floats down.
See, there are for the remainder of this movie, there are things that happen where people who watch films and aren't there to have a good time are going to be like, "Now, how did he know that would work that way? How did he know this would be there? How did he know that thing would do what he wanted it to do?" Fuck you. Who cares?
Yeah.
Everything that happens from this point on is fucking awesome. It's stupid, but it's fucking awesome. Like, if you're going to have a room full of parade floats and one of them is a giant pelican that descends from the ceiling, yes, have Van Damme ride that thing to the ground, murdering fools as he goes.
Yep. And lighting people on fire
Yes.
with a shotgun.
Yes. Because that shotgun apparently shoots out phosphorus.
I
Yeah.
mean, they do make incendiary rounds, but I seriously doubt that's what he has.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just like
This is just
No,
movie
look,
shit.
It's just like
It's
these
just, well,
little
anything
coolers.
anybody shoots explodes into
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's given their guns the explosives upgrade.
yeah, and every float is full of confetti.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I actually said, I feel like this movie was like the inspiration behind the Grunt birthday party thing in Halo.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like they shoot the heads off of several Mardi Gras floats, and it's just like yay, and confetti goes everywhere.
Yep.
And I was just like, I feel like that might have been where they got this.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But there's a very there's just everybody gets shot some way. he does, and there's a lot of Wu like lifting a lot of stuff from his previous movies in this sequence. Because there's one where he looks up the stairway and shoots the dude who comes tumbling down the stairs, and then he like flips himself, like rotates himself to the other side of the stairwell and shoots another guy who pops out at the top. There's a scene where he and Arnold Vosloo end up like on two sides of a wall that's got like glass in the middle, and they both get to the part where it's all just solid wall and start talking to each other through the wall as
Yeah,
they
just
both
talking shit
reload
to each other.
You know, like that's a very, very John Woo thing to basically split the frame with the wall in the middle and then have the two of them speaking to each other while they're both going through the same motions.
Yeah, I think that happens like 8 times in Face Off.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, I believe it's Hard Boiled that shows up in it.
Sure,
Sure.
I'm not saying it's the starter. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
He uses it a lot in that one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
one of my favorite bits of business in this, as he's just killing random henchmen, is that at one point he's dual wielding and he fills a guy of bullets, spin kicks him in the face, shoots him with more bullets. That guy goes down. There's another guy behind him, so he just keeps shooting that guy full of bullets, spin kicks that dude, more bullets into that guy, and then that guy goes down. It's this weird, like, you're doing combos in Final Fight or something, like where you're just, I'm jump kicking and now, oh, I got a gun.
I
Bam,
was
bam,
going to
bam.
say, it's kind of more like Bayonetta, really.
Or
but-
Devil May Cry.
Or
Yeah.
Devil May Cry, yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
all
very
those
much
gym-
like.
Yes.
Gun fu things that we have in video
But
games.
yeah, but take out the spin kicks, and it's
Sure.
basically anything Chow Yun Fat does
Sure.
in his half dozen movies with John Woo.
It's just that Jean-Claude can spin kick. And
Yeah.
they do a thing in this that I appreciate is whenever he's going to do a spin kick, they will cut to a full front camera shot of the person who's about to get hit. And they get hit with something. It's in slow motion, but you could see it affect their face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah. You don't just
Like
have
a hand
to...
in a shoe.
You just don't... Well, there's... Man, at one point he puts a hand grenade in his shirt and ties it up. And then one guy comes around the corner.
Oh.
And he, like, people are getting horribly shot 900 times in this, but he clocks that guy in the face with a grenade in his shirt, and it is like, oh god.
Well, it's all Foley because I mean it's a good like.
I
crack.
know, but it's just like it's weird the violence in movies that affects you in certain ways.
Yeah.
Like all the gunshots, I'm like, whatever.
I can't speak about it because not everybody's watched it, but of all the awful things that have happened in The Boys, there was literally something in one of those recent episodes that it's like on the list of awful things. It's way the fuck down there, and I just remember like I just had this like, oh god, Jesus, like I couldn't handle it reaction. Like I have not cringed at something like that hard in a long time. Yeah,
He hit that man so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, but he eventually ends up getting the drop on Arno Vosloo. He basically slides himself under a table and then shoots him in the gut like 35 times. Dual wielding the whole time, of course, because it's a John Woo movie.
Yeah, but then the mummy's just like, I might be able to shake this off. And there's this weird confrontation where Jean-Claude puts his legs up to keep the mummy from falling on him. But as that's happening, the mummy's like, I have these grenades on my bandolier.
Here, have one.
yes,
So he's like,
it's a gift from Mummy.
it's like I could pull one of these off and maybe do something. But then he kind of dies and drops the grenade,
Yeah.
and Van Damme's like, thanks.
He basically just hands it to Van
Yes.
Damme.
It is a hand grenade. So.
Right. What I surmise that it's his final moment, like, go get that bastard. He kept trying to tell me I wasn't a professional.
Yeah.
So here, have a grenade for him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't. There are other grenades. There are other grenades, if I remember correctly, that he like yanks off of his bandolier and throws like
Yes.
a normal grenade. This one he pulls off with the pin and drops it down. It seems like he was literally handing it to him, but go get him, Tiger.
And we haven't mentioned that Yancey and Wilfred don't go for help.
Yeah.
No, they do
They
not.
come back.
Mhm.
Wilfred does get one guy right through the neck, which is pretty good.
It's like a trick shot too, because like
Yeah.
the guy hides behind a
Paper
some-
mache
yeah,
thing.
some,
Yeah.
some sort of
And
thing.
it goes through that.
And arrows don't make them explode into flame.
No.
They make necks explode into blood.
Yay!
So that guy gets it. Yancey Butler gets chased around, and she's like, "What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!"
And we are also saying the same thing. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you thinking?
and she ends up grabbing a gun, and then one guy's like, "You bitch, I'm gonna kill you," and she shoots him in the dick like 20 times.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Wilford Brimley's just like, "I told you no go do that."
Give it out, go on.
He's like,
I'm
you're,
pretty sure.
you're
His,
down.
I'm pretty sure his great grandfather felt that.
yeah. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Bloodline has ended.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then he gets shot by. I think he gets shot by. Is it Arnold Vosloo that gets him? I'm trying to
It
remember
might
who.
be.
Him or Lance Henriksen.
But
Either
Lance
one.
Henriksen just stabs him with an arrow.
That's right. Yeah, because he gets shot in the leg, and he's like,
He's
can't-
okay for a while.
I know dance, but
Yeah.
I walk.
I could get up,
Yeah.
but I can't. I'm not going to cha-cha.
Ain't nothing going to diabetes.
Yeah. But yeah, Lance Henriksen stabs him in the chest with one of his arrows.
Yeah.
And then takes Yancey hostage
Yancy.
because that's basically they're the only people that are left alive at this point because Van Damme has killed everyone.
Flipping through explosions.
Everyone. Yeah, and doing like
Somersaults.
there's one where he's doing like the whatever it is, like the triple Lutz, like he's doing like the
He's doing, like, floor
it's
routine
not
stuff.
only the forward flip, but it's like the rotation as well.
Right.
And it's like, what are you doing, Van
Sow
Damme?
cow.
Yeah.
It's a triple Lindy.
Sure. But so that's when he's got the shotgun, and Henriksen's like, he's got the wrong tool for the job.
Yeah. Kills
Put it
both.
down, because he's gonna stab her through the face with an arrow.
He is.
And
Yeah.
Van Damme like slowly has the grenade in the other hand, so we're just waiting for him to do something.
It's a fully intact arrow.
Yeah. And he
I
slowly
kept waiting for a broken arrow in this, so I
Yeah.
go,
yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
but
They're
it-
mostly bolts, but
Yeah.
who's
yeah,
counting?
he makes Yancey load his gun so he doesn't have to take his hand off.
He says to her, load me.
Yeah.
and then acts like this is a
yeah.
very sexual act.
It's weird for half a second.
It is.
Well,
it's-
he does have his ammo belt,
Yeah.
right
Right
above
by
his
the
dick.
dick.
Yeah, and he just has one single round. And also, like, why did we look up what this was? Like, what
Yeah,
kind of
it's
weird...
called a Thompson Contender, and it's shooting it's a 45-70 round, which is
large round.
yeah, that's a big round for a handgun.
Yeah,
He makes it very clear that this is a one-shot gun, and he has limited ammo.
Well, things like this are like rhino stopper. They're like, you take these on a safari because it's literally like, oh, fuck. This is going to dislocate my shoulder, but it will stop a charging rhino. I mean, that's literally why these things are like one shot and stuff. So.
But like in the last 5 minutes, as he is getting more frustrated, he is just firing this off at nothing.
Yeah.
He is just shooting parade floats.
Right.
And it's
Which
like
explode.
Yes.
Yeah, which are all devil themed.
Yes.
While there's flames going around, and there's a slow motion shot of him screaming and rotating. And
Yeah, and he says something at some point about like how like you can't kill me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well this is he's the devil, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does really give that sort of I can't die. And
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for a devil reveal.
Sure.
But
yeah, but Van Damme
big
rushes.
CG.
Van Damme rushes him after he gets the gun loaded, and
Rushes him in slow motion.
Yep, and is able to kick him, but then they start fighting again, and Lance Henriksen grabs a flaming board and is hitting him with it, and then eventually Van Damme just grabs it with his bare hands.
He's
and
just
see,
like
this is where Van Damme becomes the Jesus of
Yeah.
the parable when
Yeah.
he's holding on to the wood of the cross, the flaming wood of the cross.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like
With
that
his
he's
carpenter's hands?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I like that he's just like, no.
Okay.
yeah. And
Nope.
he's just staring him in the face.
He's like, no.
Well, he has to remember all of the people that have been wronged by this man.
Yes.
He has to remember all the things that he didn't see
He didn't
happen
see
with his
any
own
of this
eyes.
happen.
Yeah.
Like all the victims, he didn't see any.
But he knows
of
who
it.
the victims are. He just has to remember
Yeah.
them. But yes, for some reason, he does kind of remember all of their demises, I think.
Including Wilford Brimley getting stabbed 45 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
around the corner from him, which he did
still
not
didn't see
see.
that either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he is just kind of standing there like, what's going on as his uncle's being stabbed and his soon-to-be girlfriend is being yoinked by the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lance Henriksen drags her around the corner and does the,
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like the Die Hard standoff, sort of, you know.
Yeah.
like-
But he
but
ends
yeah.
up dropping the grenade in Lance Henriksen's pants, headbutting him, and then kicking him away into a pile of whatever.
It's a pile of stuff that's going to
Yeah.
blow up real good.
Debris.
Yeah. And Lance Henriksen gets it out of his pants and furiously unscrews the top of it
Yep.
so that you can see the fuse, and he goes, "Ha-ha!" And he goes, "Oh!" as it
He
as
says,
it
he
ignites
says
it.
whoops.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
As it sparks and sets off the
Whoops.
grenade.
So he didn't get it far enough away, and the fuse it goes off, but he just gives the whoops is.
Yeah.
I
It's
cannot
like
stress.
just a little bit clipped.
I cannot stress how good the whoops is that he gives.
It's one of the dumbest bad guy final
That's what
lines.
I've heard is Lance Henriksen gets the best whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's just
It's the
it's
stupidest
so
thing.
good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
If you're ever at a party in the Hollywood Hills
Yeah.
and Lance Henriksen's there,
If you
ask
can.
him to give you a
If
whoop.
you
Yeah,
can,
some
be
whoops.
sure and touch the bishop.
You just
Yeah.
go up to Lance and you'd be like,
Thank you.
Hey, Lance.
I'll be here the entire week.
give me a whoops.
Give me a whoops.
Yeah, give me that whoops. Yeah, but so he blows up. They go and he goes. Van Damme goes to check on Wilford Brimley, who's like, "Oh, it's a tragedy. I'm hurt." And it's of course he got stabbed in the flask, so he lost some of his shine,
Yeah.
and he's very depressed about this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, well, his life energy is just fine, but his moonshine is slightly depleted.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he might still have the shine. I don't know,
Mhm.
or the shin. So because we don't want to get sued.
Yeah,
And they're just
then,
like, well, let's go home, everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they walk away, and credits start rolling up the screen.
Yeah.
which
And Credence.
Credence.
Credence and credits.
yeah,
Born on the Bayou.
Yep.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Unfortunate Son because they were already out of the shit. The
Yeah.
shit
Right.
was earlier. So.
Yeah.
But man, the '90s, we knew how to end action movies. We're just like, hey, have the heroes walk away safe and roll those names, get them moving.
Get out.
Yep.
Crane shot and credits.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Man,
All right. So we've reached the rating portion of our review.
Sure.
Yeah. Do that.
I mean,
One of
it's
you.
easy. It's a Five Jocks movie.
Yeah.
It's it's stupid. Like it is.
Yes.
Like
yes,
there
it is.
have been Five Jocks movies where you're like, that's fucking great. Everything is well thought out, and the pacing is, and it all makes sense, and it's all good. This is just a hella fun, dumb movie. Like just fucking stupid. But if you're gonna be stupid, be awesome while you're being stupid.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna have your main character flip around, I don't know, throw a twist in there. Sure, why not?
yeah.
Never explained why he could do
And
this.
like you said, if someone's sitting in this movie and like not looking to have fun, they're gonna fucking hate it. They're
Yes.
gonna cinema sins the shit out of it and be like, well, you know, he wouldn't survive that. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
He grabs that flaming board and is just like, stop hitting me.
Yeah.
Well, you know he's going to get necrosis of the hand. For
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, the amount of time he holds the flaming board would
Yeah.
physically destroy his hand.
especially in retrospect, like, man, who fucking cares? They don't make anything like this anymore. This is great.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm in complete agreement with you, Five Jocks. And the thing is, I should be mad that we are doing a John Woo movie for this fucking show.
Uh-huh.
I should be like, fuck you.
I'm not. Have you ever seen Wind Talkers?
I know, but like any like
Yeah.
anything pre Face Off.
Okay.
Sure.
We should be like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, like if we were watching Better Tomorrow, I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Well,
This is not a BMFcast movie. You know, like none of that.
Right.
But this is 100% a BMFcast movie.
Absolutely.
There is no doubt whatsoever because this is fucking stupid and it's fucking amazing. And it's what I love is when someone who is actually really, really good at their craft is making something really fucking stupid and really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's like that perfect blend for me.
Yep.
I feel like this is really similar in a lot of ways to I Come in Peace, where it's just like absolute fucking stupid shit goes on every second, and you're just like, well, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Look at that explosion. That's like, that was a cool explosion.
That dude just ran through that explosion.
Yeah, right. The plot is very, very, very basic. Nothing like there's nothing exciting about the plot. This is just a vehicle to have a lot of dumb fun with, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's everything right with it. It's the rule of cool. You either do something plausible or you do something awesome. And you might as well do something awesome in this movie once you've committed to all the rest of the shit, all the stupid Lance Henriksen nonsense and all the fucking the mummy guy, all of his nonsense.
You
once
mean Daddy? Fucking the mummy guy. That's the. Sorry, yeah. That's a joke. Yeah.
That one was just an extra layer of removed that I couldn't reach today. But yeah, you've committed to all of this stuff, and so you commit to the awesome as well, and you commit to why is every gun causing everything to explode? Doesn't matter. It looks amazing. Especially like in this dark warehouse, you've got to have something going on while our heroes just running around killing dudes. So fuck it, might as well make every parade float explode, all the confetti, Wilford Brimley on a horse.
You're describing my my perfect St. Patrick's Day
Perfect first date.
parade. Yeah. Make all the planes explode, confetti everywhere, Wilford Brimley on a horse. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's a Five Jocks movie because it does not let up. Yeah.
Oh, is it down to me?
Yeah, it's down.
Sure.
It's going to be down to you.
Yeah, that's fine. 5.
That's fine.
No, I just wanted to downplay because I thought it would be funny. No, there's no reason it's not a 5. I mean, it's like,
What a thrilling review.
no, I just
It's like you could try to make arguments for it, but why would you?
it's
That's stupid.
I mean, it's such an obvious thing. Like, I mean, that's like you watch it and you're like, yeah, duh. I mean, I don't know. That's like, I literally can't make any argument because it's like fucking, of course. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like everything we love with a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Action USA with an actual budget.
I will tell you, the strangest thing this movie has done is like, I honestly may go watch Broken Arrow right now because I've hated Broken Arrow for years. I like Face Off. Like, I realize Face Off is fucking stupid, but I love it in exactly all the ways I like this. And I'm just thinking maybe I was in the wrong mood for Broken Arrow. And
You are right now in the moment.
Okay.
Ready for Broken Arrow.
Great.
and that's how I'm with Face Off because for years I have not liked Face Off.
And I think I feel like you need to get that another
Yeah,
chance
because
Face Off is so.
I have not watched Face Off since my dramatic recalibration from being pretentious, stupid fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I've made my feelings on Nicolas Cage perfectly clear, but that is peak Nicolas Cage era for me. Like that, that like just there was a level of confidence, but not a certain level of arrogance that he had overtaken. You know, like, and I love that. So he hadn't quite become so full of himself, where it was like, I'm God's gift to weirdos. So yeah.
And like, just real quick, like the version of this that is out now on 4K from Kino Lorber is the international violent cut. Like, it is about 3 or 4 minutes longer with violence.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because like it feels like a 90s movie. Like
Yeah.
I realized there were certain isolated points in time in the 90s where all of a sudden the government got super hyped up about violence and entertainment, and movies suffered as a result. And maybe this was one of them. I don't remember the regular cut of this film. But the way this plays out, like even when they cut the dude's ear, I was like, oh, this unrated cut's going to show that
camera.
ear. It's off camera.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's a nasty sound effect that accompanies
Sure.
it. But
Yeah.
but so
I mean, like the shotgun effect is pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like I described it as cool because it's visually
It's a cool effect.
yeah, it's the kind of thing you just don't normally see in a movie because it's like semi. I don't know what it looks like to shoot someone with a shotgun in a car. It feels like that feels like what might actually happen. There's fucking blood and smoke and shit going everywhere, and that's bad. Like, you know, so yeah.
it doesn't feel. I mean, obviously there's some gratuitousness to it. Maybe in the R-rated version he doesn't shoot the mummy in the dick 35 times, but it plays out normal. It doesn't feel like, oh, look how edgy they wanted this stunt to be, like how gross this bit of violence was. The effects guys really went nuts on this thing.
And we're now in an era where shows like The Boys exist.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, how much more violence can you actually do on screen?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, how much
The
more
first
violent
episode-
can you fucking get?
The first episode is more grotesquely violent than anything this movie had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It just feels like a 90s movie.
Yeah.
Totally non-tangential. I just wonder if like the pendulum's going to swing because I feel like everything is cyclical. You know, like the 50s were all like, oh gee, mom and dad is all great, and then it was like the way to rebel against that was like fucking do drugs and let's drop out and go. You know, and then it's just like comes back around again. You know, just and it was all yuppie
Yeah,
culture.
when are we
in
going
the
to
80s.
get back around to fucking drugs?
But no, I'm saying,
Fucking
like, I mean,
drugs.
like, entertainment-wise, like, is this going to swing back around, like, you know, with something like The Boys being back out, or, I mean, like, we're going to have, like, you know, the new version of the Andy Griffith Show here soon or something, like...
Well, they already have that, like, family foundation.
I just feel
there's just room for both. There's so much
maybe that's just it,
content
yeah.
out there. It's not just 3 channels.
I guess. Yeah, maybe that's just it. I wonder if, like, the pendulum's going to swing back, and it's like, you know, the art house movies are going
Get
to be,
super
like...
puritanic.
Not
again.
not in any meaningful way.
Not in, like, a, you know... With
No, the
any
devil
more-
has taken hold of America.
I don't mean with any moral
Finally,
judgments
thank
behind
fuck.
it. I just mean, like, you know, like, maybe just scaling back and just being like, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to get into the whole, like, art versus life,
Well,
like, imitating versus, you know, whatever kind of argument. I just mean, like...
I think the difference now is that there's not one like governing board over all of this content anymore. It's Amazon can decide to be gross because they're distributing their own content.
Sure.
No one can tell them what to do and what not to do.
Okay.
HBO is like, we're putting dicks in fucking everything. Deal with it. That's not going to change. There could be a huge dick backlash, which there should be.
Hello, my name is Dick Backlash.
Wait a second.
Richard Backlash.
What kind of dick backlash should you be? Over dicks in general, or
There should just be, hey, HBO, knock it off.
Oh no! I feel like the dick's time has come. It is a dick's
It's all over all of us.
Yeah. No, I just feel like the world has been inundated. Like I have seen
I
so many
understand.
press in my life,
I
and I'm not
understand
complaining.
equal rights for equal dicks and
Yeah.
all that. I get it, but it's just like,
I want a cadre of dicks. I just like
Cadre of
yeah,
cods.
just like you know, like HBO, just like roll them out, just like roll your hand down.
Well, have you seen the Righteous Gemstones?
Oh yeah, was there a
It's-
cadre of dicks?
Yeah, there was a fucking cavalcade of cocks.
Yeah.
man, I don't know. It's
Chuck's
like
just tired of seeing dicks.
if I have to watch Seth Rogen jack off in a movie or a television show one more fucking time, like I've seen it, dude. Like I honestly, stop jerking off, and jizzing all over yourself in motion pictures and television. I'm good. That's my final thought.
Okay.
Well then.
We can institute a 1-decade ban on Seth Rogen jacking off in media. Jacking it. But everybody else still
What about
fair,
like the
fair
like
game.
the rest of that? Like, how's Danny McBride? Can he still jack it on camera?
Yes, Danny McBride can jack it all he
I
wants.
just didn't know like how far it extends around the.
Well,
The Seth Rogen. Judd
I know how
Apatow
far it
universe.
extends because I've
Yeah.
seen him do
how,
it.
How big does this circle jerk go?
Yeah.
Well, that's called This Is the End.
You're not wrong.
So, anyway, tell people about our circle jerk.
Hey,
It's
Before
called
we
the
do that-
BMFcast
Wait, what?
Discord.
What happened?
Oh, we got an email, don't we?
we do have an email.
What?
Ooh.
When did that happen?
This
Tonight
afternoon.
at 7:14 p.m.
This evening.
Eastern Standard Time.
We were watching a movie.
Right.
Actually,
Is
it's
it-
Eastern Daylight Time.
Write us an email. We'll print it out, and it'll be the Limp Biscuit that we'll all talk about.
All right. This is from Dustin, who, by the way, created a YouTube channel for us. Look up BMFcast videos.
Mhm.
He's kind of picked up where Chuck left off a while back.
Yeah, where I quit.
Yeah. and has been putting out new videos. So do a search for that. Subscribe.
I
Give
like
him a thumbs up.
I like specifically what he's doing is that he's making clips of the episode title.
Oh, really?
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like in general, the clip has
Oh,
been.
you know, I didn't even realize that because
I
I forget all our
What do
titles.
you mean, like when someone says the episode title in the joke?
when we make the joke about whatever the episode title is.
We haven't done
Yeah.
that in a while. Like I've been saying half of them in the studio.
True.
Like, before
Yeah,
we,
you need to
Yeah.
bring them jokes to.
Yeah.
Snake Sock.
Snake's not.
Yeah,
I feel like
he
I
was-
feel
the
like this
Snake
week's
Sock gets
maybe
explained.
maybe that would be the measuring stick of like whether or not the episode title works is whether or not it works saying it out loud because you know.
Maybe.
Right.
Well, I tried to say like Mardi Gratuitous Explosions is the name of the episode.
Yeah, when you said it out loud, it was
Yeah.
like I thought you were saying like Marty McFly, Marty, and I was like
Marty.
Marty. Who the
yeah.
fuck is Marty in this movie?
I still think Jean Cotta is the way this
Jean-
the episode
Jean
title's
Cotta?
going to
Okay.
pay out.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, again, something I have not said on the episode.
Well, we did.
Okay, now
Just
I just
now.
did. Yes.
Email from Dustin.
Yeah. Here we go. Email from Dustin. This is a story about Mr. White. Hail Bamfcast.
Hey.
Since you guys have recently been watching martial arts films and Chuck and Harlow have expressed their interest in watching the Never Back Down series, I thought I would tell you a quick story about the time I was in a scene with Michael Jai White. Several years ago, I was working part-time as an extra, and I was cast in a prison scene on the TV show Arrow. I didn't know what the scene was about, except that we were all seated in a small cafeteria. So I was surprised when Vinnie Jones and Michael Jai White suddenly walked in. I don't know how much people know of Michael Jai White, but I can tell you that he is still in incredible shape and extremely professional. Unlike most other actors, he never left the set but stayed during breaks to work with the stunt team. At one point, the techno crane hit him, and not only was he not hurt, he told us a story of another time a crane hit him and it broke the crane. I was lucky enough to be seated a few feet away from him, and I got paid to watch as he fought the star of the show and gave him a huge choke slam. I have no idea how the scene was edited because the show is garbage, but I can tell you that there was no movie magic on set. He was actually giving Arrow a one-handed choke slam with no difficulty whatsoever. It was incredible to watch. That's all for this week. Keep up the good work. Next time, I'll tell you how I grossed out one of the most famous actors from Hong Kong. Crash and burn, Dustin from Canada.
That's a good story.
Thank you,
I like
Dustin.
that. I like to think of Michael Jai White slamming some actor
I
in some fucking TV show that I will never watch.
Stephen Amell, and he's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
He fought Stardust.
Oh, Arrow. That's the show.
Yeah,
okay.
and then that's why he was probably allowing him to choke slam him because he's
Yeah.
a fan of wrestling.
Yeah.
yeah.
but
Choke
I,
slam.
Probably knew how to take a choke slam.
I just love when you get stories from actors that are like, no, they're super cool.
Yeah.
Like it helps.
It does.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Because so often you're like, oh, I really like this guy. And so I'm like, yeah, well, they're a complete asshole. And it's like, no, Michael Jai White's awesome. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any good ones. I don't have any good stories about anyone I met famous.
No, they were all assholes.
I
I mean, Jeff Goldblum didn't do anything bad. It just he almost fell on me. That's my weird story of
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
well,
Jeff.
some people like that.
Yeah.
As we have said on Extra, this country and the entertainment industry have done Michael Jai White wrong.
Yeah,
He
he should have been huge.
Yes.
Well, I
like,
mean, the problem is you start your career with Spawn, and I'm sorry, but like that's
sure.
a giant fucking steaming pile of shit, and everyone's basically like, "Oh, you're in that? Fuck
Yeah.
you." Yeah, I mean,
But,
it's
like-
unfortunate, but
Well, and
you
that was
should be.
also back in the day where like you did that once and you're
Yeah.
just you're
I know,
you're
I know, that's what I
banned.
mean.
That was your break, and
That's what
you
I mean.
fucked it up. It's like
It
no, he
sucks.
didn't fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm not
No.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that's what happened, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
I love Spawn for how awful it is. There's so much that's just so fucking terrible
the
about
movie.
Spawn.
The movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's awful.
It's
And
four-
gross
Four
and
seconds
weird.
of John
Yeah.
Leguizamo in that, and I'm
I-
just like,
oh,
man,
man.
fuck this thing forever.
That's another one I've still never seen.
And the last 15, 20 minutes of just CG nightmare. is
Yeah,
just the worst.
yeah, it's bad. Y'all call yourself bad movie fiends.
All right,
Come
next
on.
week we're watching
Hey, I
Spawn.
saw that shit in the theater. Can you say
Yeah.
that?
I think I did. I don't remember.
I still remember what theater I was in. It was in Orlando.
Wow.
Cool.
Pretty sure I was in actually the same theater that I saw Winter Soldier in. Who went down to the Winter Soldier with me?
Not me.
No.
I didn't go
Maybe
down.
I went down. We had to go like somewhat out of town. We got like free tickets or some shit. I don't remember how it happened, but
Wouldn't have been me.
It was probably T-Stro.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw them in the Enzion.
No.
Spawn.
Yes.
Spawn
I
in the
did.
NCR.
I had a dinner theater and
I can't even imagine. Like the projection is like, "Sir, I quit. This is an art house. I refuse to screen this."
Anyway, Spawn's awful and
Mhm.
and wonderful.
like that was one of those like
so-
experiences. I actually came out of the theater and sat for like 5 minutes, like questioning everything about life. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, I was like, I can't believe that just existed like that. Wow. Yeah. I was flabbergasted. Anyway,
It's amazing that it got made.
it is.
Speaking of amazing, check out our Discord. There's a link on our Twitter. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't say amazing, but
It's a really good hype speech.
it's all right.
Speaking of amazing,
Speaking of amazing,
I don't know.
we have
Going
a
for the hard
Discord
sell out there.
We got a,
Yeah.
we got a chat room.
chat rooms.
Yeah. Check it out. You can post GIFs and stuff.
Yeah.
Or GIFs if you want, if you prefer.
Don't
Yeah,
post
man,
any
you get
GIFs. Fuck
salmonella.
you.
I like peanut butter.
Hey, that's a relevant
you.
news story.
Only because I just learned of it today. So
Oh,
fuck off.
He
Yeah.
couldn't find any
So
peanut butter, and I had to explain to him that
Oh,
there was
yeah.
salmonella
Okay,
in peanut
all
butter.
right.
That's
Well,
why
then-
Yeah,
there's
but
no
that was
peanut
like
butter.
3 months ago, wasn't it?
Supply chains, man.
It's been a little while.
Zero GIF in the store that I went to. Like,
Man.
not in a single
Is that your
kind.
preferred peanut butter? Is the GIF?
No, I was buying for someone else.
Oh.
I was going to buy crunchy GIF because that's not what I would get at all. But
Oh,
super
I-
crunchy, actually.
I like the crunchy GIF.
Nah.
Yeah.
Super
If
crunchy.
you wanna
super
post
crunchy's,
crunchy
super
GIFs,
crunchy's all
yeah.
peanut. Like,
Anyway,
it's
yes,
too
the
much.
Discord is cool. People in there are cool.
Most of them.
We have fun
Most of them.
conversations.
I'm not cool, but
I
anyway.
don't post in wrestling or weeb areas, so
Right.
hopefully those people are cool too. I don't know.
Yeah, like I
I
said,
could not care less.
I think earlier on the live stream, the folks in the Weeb channel behave themselves, but I'm always watching you.
Yeah.
Just remember that
They've brought great honor to our Weeb channel.
they have.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good Discord. Like everybody's fucking cool, and I like that. But if you want to just check us out for the regular stuff, bmfcast.com is our website, and then you can email us like Dustin did, bmf@bmfcast.com, and send us a cool story or whatever, and it might get read. Cool story, bro. Also, a big shout out to our patrons. You can become a patron at patreon.com/bmfcast. Thank you so much for paying for all of our hosting fees. Those recently came up, and all of our legal fees, because we get into some trouble over here, and that helps keep us out of jail. Yeah. Fuck. Well, you're too busy with your like house and wife and shit. You can't get into the shenanigans that we get into. So
You're not wrong.
I got arrested 3 times last week, but thanks to the BMFcast Patreon, I got bailed out each one of those times.
None of that happened.
Shut up.
And
I'm
Chuck-
trying to create an image here, Chuck.
And Chuck Cardiac arrested 3 times last week.
It's true. Yeah.
It's dangerous. You got to get something installed for that.
Okay.
One of them hearts.
Jarvik Evans.
Yeah.
With
All
that
right.
little watch battery that as long as you keep moving, it
Yeah.
it
I
charges
just got to do
itself.
jumping jacks or I'd die.
Oh, like a Rolex with
Oh, it's like
perpetual
crank.
motion thing? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It is.
All right.
We've just referenced everything we talked
Talked
about
about
off the air.
in the
Exactly.
pre-show. I know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yep.
going to give us
Wrapped
a
it back
pause.
in.
So, yeah. Let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BAMFcast out. We will see you next week, you motherfuckers.
That was aggressive.
God damn.
Keep that in or not. I don't care.
Listen, you slices of shit. Come back next week.
Everybody knows that motherfucker is a term of endearment among my people.
All right.
Okay.
Motherfucker. Unless it isn't, in which case.
Aw. I was just trying it out. to
Because
see-
he endeared it?
Yeah.
Aw.
I was just seeing how it felt.
How do you feel?
Shutting her down.
Forced.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's warm in here.
It is.
It
kinda
is.
warm in here.
A little
Yeah.
warm.
Is that thing open or did that get shut? Didn't I open it last week?
You did. You reached up there and you opened it.
We shut and
Like a
touched
man.
something.
I just waved at it. Yeah, it's open now.
I think it's just me. I think I might have fucked with my comfort settings and messed up
It was
the
saying
time.
82 earlier.
Yeah, I might have messed up. It's supposed to turn down for
What?
podcast time. Actually,
We all get in here.
yeah, it's supposed to turn down for
this
what?
shit up.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I'm still aware of some things.
Well, that was like
I know.
10 years ago. You were
Right. I
aware.
said I'm still aware of some things.
But you're also very acclimated to your environment because you're here a lot.
Well, I'm also not in here with 3 other people in a small room.
Well, no, I
Good
mean,
point.
just in the house by itself.
Yeah.
Like I'll be honest. Every time I come in here, I'm like, please crank the AC down 10 degrees.
Really? Oh, you're always hot when I come in here?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Please don't turn the AC down 10 degrees because I will be freezing.
Turn it down like 2 degrees.
All you have to do is say these things. I don't mind. No, I actually used to have a schedule that would crank it down for podcast night specifically because I figured we could, get it cool in here before we all crank in here.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if I might have messed up that.